What's up, Hippo lovers? Today we will find out who's going to NAC3 and who will join the other 7 players. In the finals we have Villese, seed number 4 against LAaaN, seed number 3. We will hopefully witness an epic best of 9 coming our way. We will play Arabia, game number 1, and then potentially 4 home maps for each player. Hidden Pixiv, no repeat coming our way. And well, let's just jump into the action. We are starting this one off with Arabia. Chinese seem to be the civilization choice here for both of them. Some Nili hype in the chat. Thank you so much, guys. And well, let's see how this one will play out. This is a moment where I will ask you to post some of your predictions in the chat. Villese in the blue trunks, Mr. LaaaN in the red trunks. I'm personally predicting after what we saw in the summer finals that Villese is going to take it 5-3. His preparation looked pretty solid, and people saying 5-2 LaaaN, 5-2 Villese, 5-3 LaaaN. Honestly, don't know. Some energy. LaaaN 5-4, 5-2 for Villese, 5-3 for Villese, 4-5 for LaaaN. Interesting. Think that you should talk with Giannis so you start at the same time. It's only fair for you. Did he start early? We started on... We should have started now. Okay. Let's take a look. Best of 10? No, best of 9, my man. As you can see, at the very top here. Okay, wood line in the back, pretty solid. Gold, nicely defensive as well. Stone a bit open. Second and third gold spot at the front here as well. Lands map, close gold, close stone, and can wall this off. Honestly, I think this could be a long game because both with the pretty defensive map, we also have the big cliffs that avoids a lot of fighting. Map is zoned out a bit here as well, and yeah. We will see. So far we have seen Chinese players most of the time just going for a lot of walls, trying to go for some scouts, map control, then knights, potentially skirms, crossbowman mixed in there as well, and then the transition into castles and Cenotes. As far as I know, Max trained with Villese, so I guess he's prepared for many maps and matchups. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're expecting, and I mentioned it several times. I talked a bit to TheMax after our big map and Civ discussion talk, and he said Villese is the favorite for him to win the qualifier, and that was before the qualifier even started. And he said he's in good shape. They were trading off games and practice games, so they might be on the same level. And honestly, if Villese qualifies here, this could be really good for the whole tournament, because then we have 2 extremely motivated players that did train a lot and might get a lot of new strategies on the field for us. Finland versus Spain. Microsoft saved some money for the flight. Yeah, Microsoft is not covering them. Like, Microsoft gave me money and I have to cover those. So yeah, for me it's a bit better. But also remember, we have casters 2 flying in from US of A, 1 from Australia even, 2 Chinese players, so flights are costing roughly $10,000 in total. So yeah, it's not really about saving money, it's about giving the best entertainment to all of you at home, and some of you even in Hamburg at the meet and greets. Fire lost yesterday. Great observation. Exclamation mark bracket for everyone who wants to see how we got to this very situation. Yeah, why are you surprised with 10k, guys? Viper actually only costs 70 euros. Or 80 euros now, I believe. It's $91 or something like that. And Greta will be angry? Well, I will do some compensation for COW. I think I planned $600 or $700 for that. So Greta will be angry, but then somewhat happy. I think she won't go super mad at me. Okay, what do we have in store? Pop 23 for both players, now going up to Fuel Age. I will try to switch in between this overlay and the score. Actually, we see LaaaN even playing Pop 24. And the walls here. As... yeah, we've seen several times out of LaaaN so far. Walls here by Villese at the left-hand side as well. Hope you're as excited as I am. The semifinals both were incredibly good. I really have to say. Both Brazilians, sadly, for them at least, falling in the semifinals there. TaToH was the big favorite to win the whole thing, but Villese did win his matches there. And then we had an incredible semifinal number 2. Fire and LaaaN going to distance. Only in map number 7, LaaaN could go through. What are the steps here of the players? Expecting a stable now over that area. For now a house. And then probably some eco upgrades. Now the wood upgrade, as we can see. Stables coming. And we also have the farm upgrade. On the other side, LaaaN Walled will get the stable up and both eco upgrades behind this as well. So no surprises there at all. And yeah, it is a complete mirror here. Most of the time indicating that the game could go on for a bit longer. And I hope, guys, that you prepared a lot of popcorn. Because the best of 9 series, it could take some time. Might be in here for a long, beautiful Sunday evening. Greatest Age of Empires. And endless amount on the line. Second place gets $300. The winner gets the full paid ticket, flights, hotel, all the food, all the drinks, and a share of the prize pool as well. I would say a value of maybe $3,000 to $4,000. So both players potentially in their most important 1v1 series in their life. Obviously, Villese already played on the big stages there. ECL finals, did play the Nations Cup finals against Brazil as well. Sadly, fell short in both of those series. Maybe he can make something more happen at NAC if he goes there. LaaaN, a guy who was super vocal and against all those invitational tournaments over and over again, and people said, well, LaaaN, maybe justify an invitation. And he's trying to do exactly that. And oh boy, is that open? How did he squeeze through here? Oh boy, LaaaN. Yeah, and he thinks that is walled. Oh boy, more scouts are coming over. And this is so good for Villese. That is walled against unwalled scenario here. Let's take a look. Villagers exposed here. And yeah, LaaaN, he won't think that he is open in the back. 4 scouts, that's all Villese is going for. Is he attacking now? It seems like yes he is, and Villese. Oh, that will be some snacky villagers. 1 down, 2 down quite easily. What more can he do? Could have been even more greedy if you ask me. Is going for 2 safe kills and has a nice advantage now. Phew. This should have 1K viewers at least. Well, then tell all your friends, family, and everyone who loves Age of Empires. You still have some time to get up to 1K, 2K maybe. Oh, that's another snack villager at the left-hand side. Villagers could be intercepted here at the right-hand side. 3 villagers up is Mr. Villese now, as you can see. KD, 3-0. 3 villagers ahead. Military is pretty even. Scouts are going back, and Villese, he has the perfect start that he was hoping for. Need to love Age of Empires. Well, you love Age of Empires is maybe strong. Oh, Hera already with the spoilers here. 1-0. Go next. Thank you so much for all your support. By the way, I trash talked you the other day on stream. And now someone messaged me on YouTube. Nili, you are so disrespectful. I really like Hera. He is always so nice to everyone. Never loses a bad word about anyone. And you trash talk Hera, although he is such a better player than you. I asked him for a timestamp. He didn't answer yet. Oh, scouts now going down. This could be the clear up. Maybe committing against 1 villager might be the last step here. And he gets the kill. Hera snipe. And 4 kills now here. Loses the scouts, and that is absolutely fine. Can never do anything with those anyways. Most of the villagers should be high HP here. Some lower ones at the side. And yeah, that was an extremely nice start here. And LaaaaaN, he has to play this extremely defensively. I clicked to go outside. Yeah, it was closed. I had that several times as well when playing. And now I don't trust the E anymore. Maybe that will change the pathfinding. Hera is better than Nili. 2-2 is the standing as far as I know. I think the standing is something like 3 victories for me. 15 for him, I would say. Maybe 10 for him. Something in that ballpark. The pathfinding, yeah. Actually, I was kind of happy that LaaaaaN waited for shedding here. Oh, that was actually a snipe as well. So he got 5. He got 5 villagers. Okay. I would have expected him to just be like, WTF, 24, what's happening here? And yeah, losing valuable time, but he knows what's on the line. Double archery range behind this for Villese. The question is, what is LaaaaaN going to play? I think he's not playing any army. I think this is double TC drop into Mongol defense. That scout finally dies. Some map presence here for LaaaaaN, but not too important. LaaaAN's castle age timing, as you can see, only 50%, while Villese already is in castle age here. Should get the mod that removes useless plans. Best mod there is. I use it when I play, but here I feel it's pretty. Look at that. She didn't die on flat land. The canvas, or the corpse, is lying peacefully on that bush, playing some bush knight. Isn't it prettier than just dying on open field, dying in a bush? Maybe not. Okay. Lots of resources after getting castle age here. Now we have no knights queued up, although we are going for the +1 defense upgrade. Rushing out the siege workshop here, exactly what we expected. Maybe some scorpions might be better. He goes for the Mongol. Okay, so goes for the big hits. I'm still surprised that he's even going for any knights. Maybe to even snipe some Mongol aggression. TC up now. Won't be surprised if another TC instantly follows behind this. Villagers in the queue. Scorpion in the queue now as well. Running away here with the Spearman. Scout still around. We have only 1 extra TC so far by Villese. He saw the siege workshop and is going back. And yeah, it is still the nice advantage for Villese, but if we're walls and both players going for the equal amount of TCs, the advantage can't be that big. Especially if Villese is not adding a TC. I'm a bit surprised. Wants to go outside here, so 30 TC by him. A tiny bit later than the one of LaaaaaN. GPK knew it. Heyo! +1 defense on LaaaAN's scouts is shown. +1 defense for the camels here as well. And we are going into a pretty defensive game. Relics, 4 of them at the right hand side, 1 at the left hand side. Spearman might be protecting those extra gold spot, 1 at the very top. Very favorable for Villese, 1 at the right hand side here. There's a bit of the calm before the storm. Don't get too crazy. And yeah, I just think we will have a very long series here. I don't see anyone only taking 1 map. I think this could go 8, maybe even 9 games. Now switching on to stone, maybe for forced TC, maybe for an early castle. Why not both? Scouts now getting some vision. KD very low, but that's what we kind of predicted with those 2 maps, right? And that's why, for example, Mongolia is not in the map pack. If you have those big cliffs, it simply is pretty much impossible to do so much damage to your opponent. They can easily ward, they can easily defend, and therefore the games become a bit more campy. I like that Arabia has that variation in here though. Now moving out to the right hand side, 400 food, 900 gold here for LAaaN, Villese with 5 more villagers. First monk now in production. On the other side, all the resources on the map here by LAaaN, or by Villese. Villager saved himself. No, militia, or the villager goes down. Palisade not in time. Crossbow production continues. Villagers behind this as well. LAaaN now even pulled ahead by 6 villagers. No idea how that is even possible. He is playing 3TC against 3TC. Seems like maybe handcart might be an option for Villese here. Let's take a look what we have in store. And we are collecting 13 means wheelbarrow, more than 14 means handcart. So we even have handcart? Oh no, that's 13 plus we have the second mill upgrade. So that's 14 for the mill. And on the other side we have Villese going for no second farm up and wheelbarrow. So LAaaN actually with more eco upgrades, more villagers, but 20 military behind. He needs to hold this with his Mongol. Let's take a look. But how can he break this guy? Completely walled, Mongol behind the walls as well. Yeah, he doesn't get any map control, does not get any relics. That's the task that Villese has to go for now. You have the map control, you have the army. It's your responsibility to get ahead 5-0 relics, honestly. If your opponent is not moving out, you have to get all the 5 relics. Spearman goes down at the right hand side. Don't want to get too crazy here. There's actually not too much happening. At least 300 food, 300 gold. LAaaN is on the way to Imperial Age. We'll get defensive castles up. We'll get a market as well behind this university for ballistic. Might move back here to get some more wood. And we'll play at least 2 castle play because he has one on that hill. We'll probably drop another one in that area. And then it's Mass Chukunu and Villese army. Camels, crossbowmen. They aren't bad, but honestly against Chukunus, I don't fancy them too much. Next castle indeed being dropped at the area that I was expecting. I don't like Villese's non-relic collecting approach. Where is he going with his... Oh, that's going to be an interesting castle here on that hill. But he will be up to him way later. And I think this forward won't do too much. Maybe he has enough army to control it. No, starts to pick off relics. How many relics does he see? Sees 2 more. The one at the top not scouted. That's kind of unfortunate for him. And the one at the right hand side not scouted either. Kind of unfortunate for him either as well. How did Nili's chat turn into Roxy and Terror's secret language? You should not disturb the in-loved ones. Chukunus still... Where's the Mongol now? %35% towards him. Villager count is very even. Castle is doing some solid damage here. And LAaaN, he is holding. He did get himself into kind of a stable game. Yeah, he did give up all the map control. Can you play the badum sound? Yes, I can. Archer range now behind this, mainly for thumping. Castle here, very open spot. I don't like that too much, honestly. Huh. Could get trapped down if we have some defensive castles. So far, it's only 1 castle against the 3, though. And Imp is still 20% away. Would it be a good idea to have more relics on every map to benefit the player with map control? Well, that would break Lithuanians a bit further. And we have one map that has 11 relics in the 1v1. So Yeah, I don't mind the idea in general. Okay, three traps now. No chance of holding that castle. Even on the hill, that's going to be super tricky. Masonry now flying in for Villese, but only 20%. He will lose a lot of HP before that. Let's take a look. What's the production here for LAaaN? One more trap, then Cenotes behind this. 4 traps. Pretty much impossible to repair against that, even if you are on the hill. If the 4th trap is starting to shoot. I love that tower actually. Helping out a lot in that battle. Knights are absolutely going to go down. They shouldn't do anything. Camels are now moving forward. Cenotes should just smash those. Mongol in the back. Could be an interesting one. Arbalest tech now pretty sexy. Traps focus now on the Arbalest. Mongol is going down in the back, and I think this is somewhat of an even fight. Sniping down all the Cenotes here are the Arbalest numbers, but Cenotes, as you all know, are better in general. 4 and 2 or 3 plus 2, and we don't have chemistry, and we don't have the +2 defense here for Villese. So the upgrades for LAaaN a bit better. 6 villages ahead. Now the Mongol trying to go forward. Castle is given up with 100 HP here and shatters down. Trap is going back. Villese is losing a lot of map control. LAaaN is playing it pretty nicely. Villese, he did spot Relic number 4. So we'll get that. He also might get the extra gold spots. Castle now on that hill. I didn't understand the aggressive castle. Maybe he felt that he had an early uptiming, but he didn't see any army of his opponent and knew that he was going for a lot of army himself. I would have expected somewhat even im timing, and he played it as if he was up 1 minute or even more. Siege Workshop. Onagers now could get some good connections here. Let's take a look. Nice splits by LAaaN. Arbalest are doing an okay job behind this. Nice shot here at the bottom, but now Onagers are going to go down. Arbalest, they did just get some nice snipes. Look at that. That was like 12 Cenotes going down, traded off against 1 Onager. That's something I can absolutely see happening again for Villese, and he would really love to see that. No production at the moment. We see Cavalier switch. The Cavalier switch for Mr. LAaaN. He will not tech for Elite Cenote, will not go for Onagers himself. That's an interesting approach to that whole situation. We'll go for the gold at the front now. That is really surprising to me. Castle number 4 on that hill. Trap is active. Arbalest and Cenote. No. Arbalest and Onagers now trying to find another engagement. Skirms being added as well. Mainly against Cenotes now. Not sure how much the Cavaliers will actually get done here. That is the castle, and I think it has a name. Let's take a look. Onagers connecting at that side and getting away. Nice move here. Only losing 1 Onager again while sniping all those villagers down. Villese with a lot of right steps. Traps with the defense. I don't understand the tech switch here with all the Cavaliers. Does Villese have an idea that this is happening behind it? He sees double stable at the front that weren't there before, so he knows it's either Cavaliers or light Cav to go for the big switch. Going onto that stone first, picking up Relic number 4, so it will be 3 to no relics, maybe later 4 to none, and the 5th one at the top. Not scouted. Villese did scout the top neutral gold. Cenotes now going for a raid here. Still normal Cenotes. No rocketry. No elite Cenote upgrade on those. Raiding those farmers quite nicely. I don't understand why we don't have the farmers here. Those are extremely exposed. The even game on Arabia that we were kind of expecting. We're expecting the whole series to be very even. Skirm production now behind this. Elite Cenote upgrade for Villese. Interesting choice here. And now the Cavaliers are shown. Bloodlines on those. +4 defense as well running in. And they will just shoot through those skirmishes. Pretty nice surprise effect there. If it was the big surprise. I'm not sure about that. We have now light Cav being added as well. And that could do a lot as well. Goes for the raid in the back. Villese, he has 113 villagers, same amount for LAaaN. Some of those will go down though. Cenotes Still without the precious castle upgrades. The raid at the top unanswered for now, unless you call a skirmisher an answer. And Monk getting one conversion, actually the delete even in time. Nice turbation there. And Cenotes, they're trying to run, but they might be trapped. Let's take a look. Big army chasing this down from Villese. Some shenanigans here at the right hand side. Defensive castle there for for Villese as well. That light cap is getting sniped down. More villagers moving forward, trying to get the mill up. Want to get on his farms. Attack upgrade, only one at the moment. Score absolutely even. Skirm should be in front, then Arbalest taking the dealing the damage from distance. Those two light cavaliers still in the back of the eco, maybe waiting for an attack, maybe forgotten, and that castle is denied for now. Elite Cenote attack by Villese, and we have the engagement over here. And look at that, Skirms fighting the Cenotes, Arbalest fighting everything else over here. Nice move by Villese. Onager shots could be pretty big. Cenotes are moving in, and we have one connection that wasn't the biggest ever. Arbalest intercepting all the reinforcement. Onager shots could be really big here. One solid one in the back. And LaaaaaN is going back, trying to lick his wounds now. Goes in, probably wants to just micro against those two Onagers. They are microing back, and yeah. Is fine with taking this trade. Cenotes clearing up all those light cap. More villagers need to come over. Actually, are they clearing up? Cenotes not in the greatest numbers. Yeah, the light cap even winning this fight. LaaaaaN with a nice map awareness. Maybe sending one to trap over here. Could be a good option for him. Incredibly even game still. Population virtually identical. Either villagers virtually identical. Villese with a bit more army. A bit fewer villagers. But 4 relics should be ticking away for him. No, that one's still not picked off. So it's 3 relics to none. Light cap raid now through the center. Cenotes should be easily intercepting this. But they are on right click. They weren't there with the patrol. Okay, now attacking. And what's up with the next raid? Okay. Cavaliers at the top now moving as well. And the move on to the right hand side castle will finish. That's enough villagers. Oh, that's actually an interesting misclick. Thank you, DE. In the dark, he clicked probably close to the TC and actually clicked on the farm. So the light cap did attack that one. And yeah, the monk doesn't really think about converting yet. Wants to chill a bit more. Meanwhile, we see some traps being lost. Arbalest and skirmishes trying to revenge that, but losing 2 traps and only trading off against 7-8 light cap. That's a fine trade for LaaaaaN, who will struggle when it comes to gold in the very long run here. Military, better for LaaaaaN. Gold spot at the front for him, and that is kind of it. Trap still here. Already unpacked, ready to fight everything off that wants to go and attack from distance. Light cap, another beautiful raid, and I think Villese should just use the map a bit more and wall a bit more. Just have some gates here that would make the game so much easier for you. Now the attack at the right hand side. LaaaaaN is at pop 200. Villese is crumbling here, and he is completely falling apart. Look at that. That's another nice raid. Yeah, the castle will go up, but would that not be like 10 villagers going down? Absolutely an option. Villese drops into 2 digits. Raid at the back stopped here. Attack at the right hand side will be cleared up as well. But that's going to be some dead villagers. Oh boy, and DauT slide is flying in, and that's absolutely justified here. Oh boy, 86 villagers now. Cenotes are moving forward. Mass amount of villagers in the production, but does he only have 2 TCs? He only has 2 TCs? Has 10 villagers in the queue in each of them. That's not a way how to reboom. Heavy camels now stopping all the raids in the back. 5 more Cenotes in the queue. But this is a tricky spot. That's a big push towards the center. And LaaaaaN, I think he is in the winning position at the moment. Camels to stop the light cap, a nice addition, but that's also costly when it comes to gold. That gold still not taken by either player. Villese kind of has this one in the bag for CK and G. Uh-oh, but that castle is going to go down. No answer to that. 4 traps easily sniping this one. And Villese pop 160, goes for 1 trap defense. As you can see, the tap not really being used in 91 villagers, but actually so many of those idle. 22, mass amount of villagers repairing, but now they will be idle after we drop down to 0 stone. As you can see now, 25 idols make that 37 idle villagers. And now the big go through the center, but the castle is going down. Army is coming over, but Chukunus are just so good. LAaaN with all the map control stays active at the top, continues to produce at the right hand side. He's just everywhere, but now all the traps are going down, and that's going to be costly for LAaaN as well. We mentioned it earlier, gold might be his problem. Villese has the hill advantage here using the cliff, but wants to fall back, has to fight elite Chukunu without rocketry. Oh, speaking of no rocketry, we have that attack now coming as well. +2 attack for those Chukunus for their first arrow. Massive amount. Look at that Q. Hallelujah. Massive amount of light cav. Also Cavalier still mixed in. Wants to get even to higher villager numbers. Is that 126? I think with Chinese that's kind of an okay-ish number. Next go at the right hand side. Castle still has a lot of HP though, but oh yeah, with 3 ramps that game or that go makes a lot more sense. So ready to raid anything that is expanding in that direction here. Now a nice snipe of that ram. Castle will fall, and then gold and stone is up for grabs for Mr. LAaaN, who now took the score lead. Still very even. Villese at 170. The only problem for him is his only 2 TCs won't allow him to get onto the villager numbers that he desires, but didn't get raided for quite some time is what I'm saying. Now we have 30 TC. Camels are fighting this one off, and yeah, they're just so good in defending this. As you can see, doing massive amount of damage, 24 per hit here. Pretty easy peasy work, and yeah, could have even been a kill with 1 slice less if he had the +4 attack on those. Okay, next light cav raid going into 3+1 camels, and LAaaN wants to take this engagement. Obviously so heavily outnumbered that even with the perfect counter unit, Villese cannot win this fight. Go at the right hand side. Now stopped heavy sea trams. Clearing that up. Next go through the center. And look at that. The tap of our player in the red trunks always looks more active. More light cav. Now adding skirms, rams as well. On the other side, 12 villagers, 11 villagers. Now light cav and some Chukunus. Game is very laggy. Let me check. Okay. I see you yellow, but me blue. So I don't know. Okay. How much we can do. Chukunus now completely with all upgrades on the other side. Same for Villese. He needs to retreat. Then 30 population behind. Look at that Q. Hallelujah. He can produce for days. Keeps everything really running. 69 farmers for him. That is an incredible eco. Now the raid in the back. Villese is really falling apart. That raid at the top as well. Again, 20 idle villagers. Let's take a look. The splits here quite easy. Light cav are dealing with those onagers. And there's not enough protection. I think Villese might lose this game. This looks like a snowball. Onager hit is okay-ish, but Chukunus are just so much better against onagers compared to Arbalest. Light cav clearing up those 2 onagers now as well, and that's just so expensive. Something Villese really cannot afford. 20 population behind now, and that's a big go into the woodline here. That's so many exposed villagers. Look at that. Oh boy, that's how many villagers? 56 villagers in that single picture here. And yeah, just send 3 Chukunus to the left hand side. You could clear that up. Some at the top. Light cav chasing that area, and you still am not losing the fight at the front. Well, the light cav even got the TC to ungarrison, and that's a brutal raid at the top. Only 2, okay, now 4 light cav being sent in to clear this one up, but the fight through the center is the most important one, and Chukunu doing a great job holding all this area. 2 traps, not really knowing what to do with their life. 150 population for Villese, and that's a game that he cannot be happy with. We did have the big hole in the back base there of LaaaN. He did lose, I believe, 5 villagers before Castle Age. And still managed to come back. We will analyze what happened there a bit later. Now Mongol's even squeezed in. I think Ram is the fine answer, but actually Onager and Chukunu count that high. Skirms are the most important unit. Those 2 traps, they are super happy with what they can snipe from that hill. 50 population difference now. Villese in the world of pain, getting raided over here. Raided at the left hand side as well. And that's so many villagers going down. Oh boy, at the moment he's only queuing up 1 more. That means he will surely drop below 70 villagers any second now. Military still looked healthy with 55, but he cannot reproduce. Look at that, 4 Chukunus, 1 Onager in the queue. That is it. Compare that to Mr. LaaaN. Bam! Completely full there. Traps now, focusing down the Onager. Yes, that's right. And 1 hit is enough there. The light cav did want to get the kill, but they will try to attack the farm then. Chukunus, maybe in Mangono shot here. That's something I didn't even expect. And oh boy, that was actually a pretty good one. Look at how red those units are. If that was an Onager shot, all those could have died. And the Mongol did more damage than we expected. And LaaaN is winning this one. How did that happen? Even Hera already calling the game here at the 13-14 minute mark, but oh boy, was he wrong. LaaaN, he played the super greed. 1 stable, 1 defensive siege workshop, did build 1 mangonel, like 6 knights and 1 scorpion in full castle age. He never went over 10 military. Villese had like 35 military. 25 crossbows there, did go for some siege, wanted to make something happen, but didn't really break LaaaN. And then, after seeing, okay, I did go for the full army, you didn't, still tried to make an aggressive castle happen. I was very skeptical of that, and LaaaN punished him for this, and now we have the 1-0 lead for our Spaniard. TaToH said LaaaN might be is the favorite for him. Let's take a look at the statistics here in the NAC3 qualifier grand finals. 1 hour game to start off this series. Right corner, please. I will take a look. Better aim timing for LaaaN and some more villages there. As you saw, not a lot of military. We had so much military in Castle Age, but simply didn't get the kills. Right corner. Ah, okay. Just the villagers collecting the 1 relic. Nothing too special. Nice catch by you guys. Okay, now we're starting off with home maps for Villese. I'm expecting Valley and a Mongol mirror. Could be something likely. Other options are islands, Cenotes, and land madness. And we are jumping into Cenotes here. And actually colors worked out perfect. Cenotes. Why am I so confused? We're jumping into islands. And a Viking mirror. Okay, something we have not seen yet. Most of the time, people try to make either Japanese or Italians happen. Yeah, those are the tips we saw before. Another mirror. Yeah, we might see some more, especially on Valley. That could be a good option. Islands. One of the 13 maps of the map pool. Why not Koreans on islands? Maybe no demos. Might hurt them enough. Vikings also have the huge eco advantage. Pretty damn sexy for them. So what is the plan of the 2 players? They can play basically the AOC. Basically the water play that we have seen from 2002 till 2012. Something like that. And could just play this one out. Yes, Nili had friend foe on, so that Villese was blue. Yeah. So what if they draw? It's very unlikely that they will draw in for both. As I said, I had like 2 draws, or no, I had like 3 draws in my life. and on team islands, not on islands. Islands actually tends to go into draws less often. We have an extra gold island, and it's easier to get raided and landed than on team islands, where everything looks a bit more straightforward and there's less space on water. How much do Korean fishing ship cost? I think 75. Because the bonus for less wood only works for military units. That buffalo actually blocking the boar. It was not really intentional for Villese. Did lose a bit of a track. Aggressive dog or offensive dog here by Villese. Offensive dog by Mr. LaaaaaN as well. That's one house to few, right? You normally build the house before the dog. LaaaaaN. Oh, and now he needs to take 2 villages at the top here. That delays his fishing ship a bit more. Yeah, he will have the earlier dock, but it might be pretty similar. Villese is a bit late here. Look at that. He builds the dock now at 77 wood. So both not with an optimal water play so far here. We will see. We will see how this plays out. You're pronouncing water like an Australian barbecue. Gonna be proud. Water. Your water. What was the Civ in the first game? We had a Chinese mirror. So you can cross that off your list. Now pushing some more of the Ibex here. Nice food boost. Keeps him 3, 4, 5 buffaloes still alive. Maybe even 6. Hallelujah. 900 food. That will
Caught
probably be
on the semis just in time for today's match.
DPMT.
Nili NAC.
DPMT. Thanks. Great job, my man. So that's 900 food that he will have only from buffaloes. Then he also has the berries. So farming won't be necessary for Villese to go up to Castle Age, simply because he pushed those Ibex so nicely. Collects 10 food from the shorefish as well, and fisher number 2 at the same timing. So both quote-unquote screwed up equally. We even see loom. Okay. Villese, that's a bit surprising to me. On islands, do you really want to loom? Most of the time people try to skip that. But we have loom on the other side as well. Maybe the landing meta is that big that people are trying to adjust to that a bit more. Loom equals trash. Let's take a look. We keep this overlay and see if they queue up something behind the fishing ship. Not for now. So I say, this will just be a standard Grush game. Oh god, I wanted to say, Fire has to be so happy seeing that. But no, he won't be happy to see a standard Grush game in the grand finals that he didn't make. Second dog now here. Second dog, good spot, could be over here, in my opinion. Could also go for the very defensive one there. Villager not really running at the moment. I'm a bit surprised by that. Goes for the mining camp. Only 3 on gold. Sends the villager to the front. So the dog spot will likely be here. Indeed. And maybe third dog a bit earlier by Villese. What is it? Rush? A tower rush. Vikings not really that good at tower rushing. But, well, that obviously means the surprise factor would be even bigger. Get berries for land in case he can hold water. Having 2 shorefish there should be nice. Ah yeah, the mill over here could be really sexy. Box turtles. Obviously the fastest food that you can get. What about relics? Now in... Oh, we actually have 2 here. And 2 there. Yeah. That's how DE designed all those maps now. I think on highlands, islands, you always have 2 on either island, so to keep that a bit more fair. Why did they build houses directly behind the harbors? Just to keep the walking distance as short as possible. I think 1 tile away is actually better, but we can discuss that a bit later. Let's focus on the fights now. First fishing ship is going to go down. Nice snipe here to start this one off. Going to the wrong direction here was LaaaaaN. Not really instantly protecting his galleys. What does he see? Villese now spots the first dock at the front. On the other side, we have LaaaaaN taking some hits here. 3 fishing ship still working for him. Small advantage here for Villese, and he can actually, if you want to play it super perfect, start and camp it out. Goes for blacksmith now as well, and is going for all his buffaloes. 6 on gold, no more than you normally see. 5 on gold by Mr. LaaaaaN. Shouldn't Villese be floating a lot of gold? 100 gold in the bank there. Is tacking, fletching, and then probably will try to move out. Something we won't see from LaaaaaN for quite some time. Blacksmith only at 25% being built now. What happened to the 5% chance of 2 Spanish players at NAC3? Well, now the chance is obviously way higher. Way higher. I would say we might be up to 60%. Okay, now the first engagement, it is fletching against no fletching, trying to micro around here, looks pretty good. And Villese, this is his home map. Would be pretty bad if he would take a loss on his own home map, but at the moment, nice advantage, gets a good volley off, and that is a lot of damage dealt against LaaaaaN, who only now finishes fletching. Tries to split away from this fishing ship. Nice snipe there. At the moment, 4 fishing ship working against 2. KD 4-0. Villese with such a good start. And that's the big problem here with Islands Water. It snowballed so heavily. How can LaaaaaN come back into this one? He now needs to run first. Galleys protecting this, and the eco is just so much better. Therefore, the castle edge timing also will be better for Villese if we get into that scenario. Let's take a look. Trying to maybe get something done over here. Mass amount of galleys in the queue. Most of the time means you have too many villagers on wood to keep all this running. Exclamation mark Vivi. How many qualifiers for the main event eventually? 1. Military count 15 to 13. Villese with the small advantage. Those fishing ship going around. And now we have farming. Something I think we won't see too much from Villese. As I mentioned earlier, still 2 buffaloes around. Not sure if he knows about that one at the site. Feels so nostalgic to see Vikings Galley Wars. Indeed it does. Indeed it does. Fishing ship at the top. Idle for now. Dock is going down, and well, what's the next step here for LaaaaaN? He's only 200 points behind, but that's because he already scouted quite a lot of the map. And yeah, Villese is playing it basically only in the area that is important, kind of. Oh, could snipe those villagers here. Villese does not see it. He sees the berries. Why is he not even trying to go for those? That's really surprising to me. Villese has to be scared of a landing. Not really protecting against that. And can click up at a pretty reasonable time here. Look at that castle age timing. It will be roughly 20 minutes. A bit higher. What? I thought he needed another building. But no. Okay, can he see those galleys? Yes, he does. Won't lose the villager, though. And yeah, that's so good for Villese. That's the intel he needed. Can kill the dogs now as well. Villagers pushed away from the berries behind here. And Villese up to Castle Edge. On the other side, LaaaaaN is up as well. Did sell all his stone and did buy food. On the other side, we still have 200 stone in the bank. So Castle Edge time with a lot of costs for LaaaaaN, who is now fishing at the very top. I like this slight greed by him. Well, actually, that might be the better play. And oh, that is the landing I said Villese need to be scared of. He has 1 scout, he has 1 stable, now goes for the archery range. Actually, knights might even be the better choice. Villese, did he add any fishing ships? No, he did not. Only 1. Plays with 5 here for now. Both players obviously with rear barrel, so that's even. Now tries to micro down 1-1, and LaaaaaN is microing okay-ish, I would say. Now some at the side. We will get the snipe of that galley. Might make more sense. And LaaaaaN, he's super active with this. I like how he's playing. preemptively pulling away the galleys that he feels might be focused next. And the others are continuing to shoot here. Villese, 5 villagers now, and the scouts instantly spotted. Stable now at the front. Can we see some walls here? One is coming, but that is it. LAaaN is still winning the water fight. Will we see the clear up here? Maybe another landing. Villese is going for the transporter himself. How far away are we from Castle H? Reaching it now any second. Uses micro, it's super efficient. Indeed it is. Botkin against Fletching though. Villese is now the one using micro. Actually both micro, but yeah, that makes it so much easier if you have +1 range. Now the war galleys are just tracking this. Let's take a look. Transporter could go over at this side and try to land. It will be the siege workshop and the monastery. That is actually still left open. Fuyuyuy. And overchopping there might hurt him, because that is a good aggression point for the siege that might come out here. The knight needs to go back. Meanwhile, still not on the berries. Now goes on the stone. Fishing ship count. Well, we have 2 idle ones. War galleys. Just need to position themselves over here. The rest over there. And then he cannot get re-landed. Mongol pushing through the center. Do we have a Mongol to trade this one off? I can't see it as of yet. No extra TC. LAaaN is trying to make it happen in one go. Monk behind this. More and more stone walls now. What can the Mongol get the trade off? That would be so good for Villese. Not going to happen. He's kind of trapped in that area. Let's take a look. Nice ground attack, and we'll trade 1 for 1. That's okay-ish for Villese, I would say. In for both. Thanks so much for another gifted sub. I hope you enjoyed AoE history today. Crossman now landing at the front, instantly getting 2 volleys in his face though. And can he squeeze through here? I think yes, he can. Some more walls, but he cannot re-wall everything there. Mongol is breaking through, not the most important thing, and LAaaN will lose that one. Trades 1 for 1 again, but that's just another wall. And those crossmen now, they should get some kills, or at least be super annoying. Fishing ships, only 7. Would love to see some more maybe, but easier said than done. He needs to stabilize in the back first. Another TC by him here. The aggression continues. So we have Villese pumping out another Mongol. Yeah, just get out of here, get the snipe, and you are buying yourself more time. If he's trading it 1 for 1 though, that would be bad. Scout is moving in. Let's take a look. Instant reaction by LAaaN. Lovely move. And trades off against the scout. I'm not sure if that shot was the right investment, and loses without the shot. Oh boy, why did he try to kill the scout? The scout was really... Yeah, it felt like an easy kill, but still... Then you need to invest so much more into a micro. Crossman now breaking through. Here's what I wanted to say, but the Scorpion actually dealing with that quite nicely. Having 7 PS armor is so efficient against those. And now the Mongol micro, and that is 1 for 1 again. The Mongol at the front not dying. What's the transition now? Only now going for the stable. Don't tell me Villese might lose this game. LAaaN is playing it pretty damn solid. I'm extremely surprised how much pressure he's able to do against Villese after Villese won the water. Knights and Scout are coming over. Maybe can snag 1-2 villagers here. No quick walls. Oh, I stand corrected. Nice quick walls. And those will only find 1 villager coming over from the TC. But the main TC of Villese is going down. And what's the reaction here? We now have 1 monk out only. The Scout is going for the monk. The Knights are going in for the raid. Look at that. Baiting him out here. What a beautiful move. And the Scout might even survive. Gets the kill. And the Knights are staying alive as well. The TC will go down. And then the monk will always be in the open. Crossman in the back. Still hungry for more kills. Getting 1. Or those are new ones. Where's the Scorpion? He has 2 Scorpions, but at the wrong spots. This is a pretty damn good islands game here. The Scout's so active, will find another villager kill. Now runs back and can easily snipe. Another Monk here dives in, but dies before it. Knights could go back. Mongol. And we now see the Scouts going out. Let's take a look how this one will play out. We could see a lot of conversions. 1 Monk down. 2nd Monk in a lot of danger, and yeah, all monks are going down, and with that the knight now doing so much as well. And oh god, was that a nice clear up here of Villese. The monks weren't as efficient. If only he had like 2-3 spearmen there as well to deal with all the knights, or maybe the scouts, and that was so sweet. Villese now with the defense, I believe, can maybe fight this one down. Can he also repair? At the moment only attacking the scout might be enough, I believe. Tricky spot, but the knight is coming around. More walls though, and now a conversion, but the scout is coming around the corner. Maybe ground attack against the scout. Goes for the conversion against the scout. Why not against the knight? Now the 2 knights are coming in. Can we see another quick wall at the front? Villagers are a bit out of position. The ground attack was a bit too early, and that one completely missed as well. Maybe just suiciding this. Another scout from the side, and I think Villese did get the full clear off now. All the knights down, all the Mongols down. The villagers absolutely unprotected. What a nice defense by Villese after all. And oh, actually it doesn't commit there. Wants to go back, wants to snipe another monk. The crossbows are getting cleared up by all the 3 scorpions, and land. He sees, okay, that landing. I had a push at one point, but your eco was too good behind this. You still had fish. You didn't have to send any forward villagers. You added TCs, and then you outboomed me. Got enough knights and monks out. Well played, my man. We will go into game number 3 as if it is a best of 7, and the score is simply 0-0. Military, slightly better for land, for Villese, and only 2 conversions against 1 conversion. I'm a bit surprised by that. Felt like a bit more solid castle age timing there by Villese. And yeah, LAN just being a bit out of position at the very start, and then it snowballed so heavily. It's ridiculous. Almost 1k, ask all my friends. Good job. I will play the trailer. I need to quickly pee, and then we are back with NAC3 Qualifier Finals. And we are back. So, now a home map of land. Fortress could be the likely choice. Cross, Golden Pit, and Maddie his other choices. And yeah, game number 3 won't be a mirror match. We are jumping into it, and we'll see the map will be cross here. Interesting stuff. And we are taking a look what they have in store for us. Villese. Persians On the other side, LaaaN is playing Japanese. Very close pawn here for our player in the blue trunks. Could maybe... Oh, late sheep for him. Not the greatest thing ever. But with Persians, that's still something that you can absolutely work with. And here we have LaaaN with the Japanese. A bit further away to his pawn, but still absolutely fine. Who made this trailer? Baron UKF. The overlay guy from NSC 1, 2, and 3. Trash bows. Well, let's see about that. Also something we have to see about, will it go the top pawns for LaaaN, the bottom pawns for Villese, or what is going to be the plan here? We will see about that. And now, oh, I just realized I didn't Twitter that the finals are live now. But yeah, most of you will know. Most of you will know. So, yeah, overlay, much love for him. Honestly, I'm not sure if I would have done NAC3 without him. DauT versus 4 pawns. We will see about that. Unlikely choice. Now goes for the boar. And, well, 5 sheep here. So, takes it a bit earlier than usual. Or does he? 5 on food now. And villager being sent over. Yeah, we don't need that other sheep here. Just can send it back. Let's take a look at the maps. Oh, some open golds and stone. Not the prettiest map for Villese to defend with. On the other side, LaaaN. His gold's a bit more defensive. One nice defensive stone with it as well. And I'm searching gold number 3. Hidden behind this. You have to invest 650 stone and then more resources for trash bows. By the time you get there, it's late game, you can't upgrade to ups. So what's the point? Yeah, you never play those in Castle Age. The only thing is, if you go cavalry, being housed big time here. Oh, building one at the front. Okay, so no worries. Crossbows with Persians is not an option really in Castle Age. With the castle tech, you only do it, okay, I'm going mass cavaliers and want to have a supporting unit with this and already have a castle, then you can tech it and add some archery ranges. I think that's the right approach to it. A lot of people feared that it could be too imba, but honestly, you're just lacking so many upgrades. No bracer, no arbalest, and yeah, they're a fun unit. I like the tech actually. Way better than boarding oil before that. Could you make a build order guide for water mixed maps as you did it for the scout build? Yeah, we could make one. I think I will wait a bit for the new map pool, and then I am considering it. Yeah. Trash bows are love, trash bows are life. Yeah. They're getting a lot of love at the moment, indeed. You can still ask some questions. We're still deep in the Dark Age. We won't see anything except some walling everywhere, trying to play and set up for the long game. I have seen Berbers picked at least 3 times now in the qualifying rounds. 1 time even Murrow, I believe. Why is it good pick besides the DauT approach? You probably wanted to ride Persians instead of Berbers, right? Oh, just seeing the villager snipe before this, and yeah, nice pick off here for Villese. Has to be happy with that. And yeah, Persians. Well, you have faster working TC, you have faster working dogs, and starting with 50 less wood and 50 more wood and food means you can build the dogs so much faster. And as we saw, Villese is only sending 5 villagers on food at the start. Then early 5 on wood, or 4 on wood. And then can instantly build the dock. And that just makes it so pretty for him. Might be a feudal age play here. No, he just goes for the big walls and LaaaN as well. Very passive game here again. Kind of reminds me of game number 1. Thoughts on Villese walling? I think if you wall this hard, you should try to contest the second pawn as well. Huh. MBL is not going to participate in NAC3. He is in school at that time. Is Villese again not taking the second pond? Neither player is taking the second pond. That's, well, what we kind of got angry about yesterday, right? LaaaaaN still managed to win his game. Villese didn't look too great in his series. Okay, now sending a villager over, running into only one wolf, so second dog is coming here for Villese. Have you heard of the German streamer match between Bonjour Honor and Hand of Blood on Tuesday? Will you watch it? I haven't heard of it.
Sorry?
These are some big walls, yeah. But also remember, on normal Arabia, if you have like 22 or 21 villagers and you're taking 2 villagers to wall, that's way more of your eco compared to, let's say, 29 workers and you take 2 of them to wall. So it feels like a big investment, but just to be super safe, it's not that bad. Second dog now. Left hand side here for Villese. He did go for more fishing ship, as you can see, and that one is only to see, okay, did he maybe sneak a villager through before I finished my wall, and can now confirm no, he did not. I really like that he didn't go for the cheap wall over here, but went for the long wall, just to always know that your opponent cannot get the sneaky dog in here. For example, LaaaaaN, he needs to be scared. There could be a dog coming over at any time. With hidden pick Civ, it feels like we see way less Civs compared to draft and more mirror games with players which of the same level. Any thoughts about changing the Civ system for NAC3 final, or everything as expected for you? It is as expected for me. I cannot tell you if we are changing it yet. This is exactly what the players wanted. So I might address Valley. At the moment, I feel Valley is the only map that has a lot of mirror matches. We have seen like 3 or 4 Mongol mirrors on Valley, but that is kind of it. Villese even going for the third dog, yeah. That's just so greedy, but I love it. On the other side, LaaaaaN. Did he go for scouts? Oh boy. Okay, so scout here is adding a galley. And that will be 1 pawn again, 3 pawns. I said yesterday that is a guaranteed loss scenario. LaaaaaN still made it happen, somehow. Somehow he fought his opponent back, missed a fire there, and still won the 1 versus 3 pawn scenario. And yeah, Villese, he will be greedy. He did build the galley. I think this is simply the wrong approach here, what LaaaaaN is going for, and I'm pretty certain he will get punished for this. You cannot play like this, honestly. Even with the Japanese bonus. Ay, 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 ay. So only winner of this final tends to NAC3 main event? Yes, indeed. Frank's mirror on Land Madness? Yeah, we had like 2 or 3 of those. And I think they are just picked by unknowledgeable people. I think Franks really aren't that strong with those fixes now. But yeah, maybe I will just do another adjustment on those. I will talk to the players. Up to the castle age is now Mr. Villese. As you can see, 10% here goes for fletching. That's an interesting upgrade. For his 1 galley or what? Interesting. Okay. And is still in the spawn. Funny to see that he's spreading those fishing ship around and always keeps them active. On AOC, that was a mistake, and on Rise of Rajas, but now on DE, since the fishing ship are bucking out after you're emptying your 1 deep fish, I think that's actually not the worst idea. Let's take a look. Will those 4 find another deep fish quite quickly? Yes, they will. Okay, so that's not bad for him. But he's just trying to prevent running into the DE bug here. Are you far ahead with the cast? What is the question? I think everyone should have started an hour and 10 minutes ago. And maybe I'm ahead of some streamers, maybe by some minutes. Maybe another streamer is ahead by some minutes. It's pretty tough to synchronize. I thought about doing it that every caster only gets the Rex 1 by 1. But that would need so much admin work and didn't really feel right. Could you show us the explored areas? Yes, Villese sees this, so he only saw walls, saw the stable, and knows about the scouts. Now he sees the spearman on the outside, sees the aggressive villager that he won't be able to snipe. And on the other side, LaaaaaN sees some of the scouts, sees the area here, and probably will get an aggressive siege workshop out at the front. I will get super repetitive with this small map pool and only 2 to 4 viable civs per map. Add more maps to the pool and return the drafting option. I did a thread on AoE Zone where everyone could post ideas, and that is closed. You like adding any of your ideas now. We had it open for like 2 months. So thanks for your attempt for input. I am from now on only talking to players when it comes to that one. But thanks for your ideas. Okay, now the monastery in the back. We have double pikeman production even from LaaaaaN, who is behind by 8 workers. How are fishing ships looking? So we have 13 here. On the other side we have Villese with 9, 15, 18, so only 5 ahead, and that's kind of the difference that we have here, and also the slightly faster working TCs. We couldn't find any better maps, by the way. I wanted to have the map pool bigger, but there simply aren't a lot of good maps. And drafting has some downsides as well. For casual viewers, it's way better to just have hidden pick civ no repeat. For the guy who craves the whole NAC and will see all 7 days, that I can see the concern. How do you think Villese will finish the series? Well, I predicted before the series that he will win 5-3, right? What's the DE bug? What DE bug? I can give you a long list. Force everyone to play Khmer all the time and call it Khmer tournament. Haha. Okay, so let's focus a bit on the game. I will read some comments at the next Dark and also in between games. So, more fishing ship now being added here at the side. I am expecting that both players have gill nets. Knights are trying to break this area. LaaaaaN did an okay job of rewalling that. Monk trying to grab one of the relics here at the side. The fish bug. Okay, after fish runs dry, trade or fish cocks, fishing ship, are tending to go idle instead of properly searching for new fish. And that didn't used to happen on previous versions. What are some of the suggestions, major ones, that you're planning to implement? Concerning what? Okay, I will focus on the game, guys, and then we can answer some more questions. As I said, Dark Age is really good for answering questions and in between games. For now, I will take a look at the Mongol trade here. That won't really be a trade. It will just be a 1 kill, and Mongol's now scaring away those knights. Villese with the better eco behind this, eating a conversion against him. Scorpion to counter those pikeman knights to keep up the map control. Now crossbowman here as well. 400 stone for himself, so we could actually see a defensive castle somewhere over here, and then some crossbowmen added. So far, nothing in the queue. 200 stone more needed, even adding more fishing ship as well. Oof. Really slightly with the score lead. Knights upgrades +1/+1. Pikeman upgrades +1/+1 as well. We'll get an easy kill there with the Mongol. LaaaaaN losing some time with that. Villese, he has to feel safe with his pawns. He knows that his eco has to be ahead. Persian bonus plus pawn bonus with that as well. And now we see the dance of the Mongols. 1 kill here, and LaaaaaN can go back. So while Mongol trades, was it 2 for 1? I think so. Now the repair behind this. 3 Mongols out. Persian TC obviously having more HP, so That's pretty sexy for him as well, to hold the aggression a bit longer. Will he build the defensive castle? I'm expecting it to come out any second. He has enough stone now. Maybe even bought some stone? Feels like it. It just flew from 450 to 550. 657 stone. Maybe something over here could be an option. He could also build a more defensive one, like in that area, over here. And yeah, he goes for that one. That's kind of splitting all his army and military, or army and villagers. Let's take a look. Villese, he sees no attack coming, and oh god, LAaaN, he is going for the push. Oh no, he's up to Imperial Age, and he will control this hill up to Imperial Age. Yeah, 30 workers behind, but that's okay for him. Opponent still in Castle Age. He easily gets the castle up, and then the trap war will be downhill for him. He has to be happy with how this is going. Heavily in score behind. That's mainly the eco. This walled here. They'll easily play this one out. Knights, can they get in here? I'm not sure. One villager's around. Should be fine. Important is that LAaaN is rewarding this with stone, not trying to get anything with houses done or palisade walls. Let's take a look. That villager is too late. The knights will get in. Oh, the second villager, or the first villager, is refocusing here. Nice moves, and the house 50 HP goes for it, and that's what I said. Stone might have been so much better. And oh no, that was even misplaced. So the knights are going in. Nothing happening in the center, as you can see on the minimap. Those are two villagers going down. Villager advantage now over, or worker advantage, let's call it worker advantage, now over 35, and we have 19 idols for LAaaN behind this as well. Doesn't have the auto queue for the farms behind, and pikemen, they will get some hits off. Will we see Villese committing here? It doesn't look like it. Pikes, oh well, they're patrolling a bit to the wrong side. Maybe some more walls. Could we see some quick walls? Looks like it. And yeah, what a nice move. Now just wall behind this. And where are the pikemen going? I don't really know. Second castle here, that's simply for the trap production. And pikes getting a lot of hits off. More here as well. And that rate therefore completely stopped. Villager difference now up to 40 though. And I think we might have seen Kamadan, or however it's called, the upgrade that we can produce crossbowmen for free. Villese, he needs to rush. Yeah, he goes for crossbowmen, and gold count doesn't change. So that's an interesting choice. Probably crossbowman plus bombard cannon could be a good option. We have double trap, so the castle will fall close to instantly. Those knights, I think they won't get too much more done. Annoying tower there in the back. Even bought that one, but it's open at the front. Kind of surprised how the knights choose to fight over there. Pikemen still trying to go for the defense, but not a lot of stuff is happening at the front. Kataparupto would be an interesting upgrade as well with all those castles. Also would love to see just some towers. Extra stone at the very left-hand side. Not going for that stone too heavily as of yet. And Knight finally found a better angle to attack this one. One defensive trap. Goes for a second trap. And shouldn't really have any options there. Mangonels and pikemen should defend this. Upgrades at the side, as you can see. Onager attack. So he wants to answer all those crossmen. When do you ever see Onager being the first military upgrade in Imperial Age against a Persian player? You certainly did not before DE and the latest expansion, and that changed. Knights, well, are they trying to get a snipe in here? I think that would be very ambitious out of them. Ballistics now as well on the fly. More pikemen, no halberdy upgrade yet, and onagers are here. Those crossbows just get flattened so heavily. Goes for the split, but still eats a solid shot and needs to go back. Pikemen scaring away those knights. Traps working away on the traps of Villese, and he has the better eco behind this. Look at that, still 30 worker ahead. But what does he have going for him? LAaaN simply got the map control. The earlier imp. Onagers are clearing up those villagers and the onager. Oh god, how did he not connect there? Where's the tech? Okay, Villese now triple bombard cannon behind this. Halberdy attack as well. Onager still alive. That means soon we have maybe some hand cannoneers behind this. I'm not too sure. Cavaliers not running around trying to get anything done. defending this at the moment. Maybe take a close look at the Relic. How nice ground attacks against that bombard cannon. Relics is 1-1 at the moment. Score still pretty close for both players, as you can see. Villese with a slight advantage, but population now pretty even. That's 20 more military for LaaaaaN, and he is simply moving in here with all his halberdiers. Can we see some good connections there? Indeed we can. Those onagers flatting all those crossmen, and yeah, they are super cheap, but they are not for free. And he doesn't have any other military. Suddenly LaaaaaN is leading this one. He is playing with 1 pawn against 3. Lets his opponent get onto the massive army or the massive villager lead. But then he simply doesn't idle his TCs, gets all the important units and the map control, and just now continues to push here. And those watchtowers, they are going to be so deadly. Even controlling the stone at the front. This is looking damn good for LaaaaaN. We do not have Jasima. We do not even have fletching. Traps going to the front. Defensive tower here by our Persian player, and that means 1 stone and 1 gold is lost. Some pressure on those golds at the side as well. Going to the side here is what Villese is opting for. Traps staying active. Finally we're getting fletching, and finally we also get, let me see, what do we have in the queue? That is Jasama, pretty sure. So those towers suddenly fire 3 arrows, and he's going for more and more of those. Trap is going to go down. Siege workshop around here, probably for some more onagers. And where's the defense? What are the options here for our player in the blue trunks? I don't really see it. He has 7 military against 44. LaaaaaN is playing this so nicely, not getting punished at all for his quote-unquote weak eco. And Villese not with the answer against the low eco, quote-unquote low eco. 110 worker push. It is enough for Japanese, apparently, to keep those 15 alive. And yeah, what a nice play. Did go for enough army. Then the earlier imp was 35 workers behind, as I said, at one point. But yeah, that raid in the back didn't really do too much for Villese. Maybe should have kept his cavaliers alive to maybe snipe some more of the onagers. Bombard cannons were a bit late. All of those got sniped. No protection for those because he lost all his crossbowmen against the onager hits. And GG. Jasima towers not finished. 88%. Oh, wheelbarrow! Wheelbarrow queued up behind this. Oh, goddy. So 109 workers, but no wheelbarrow. Halberdiers only out of 2 barracks. This looked so weird, but so picture perfect in the end here. Whew. Statistics for you. LaaaaaN invited to AM now. I think he's pretty happy with Heresy at the moment. Together with Miguel and Togao, they form an incredibly strong 3-3 team. At least 20 villages ahead. But did it really matter? Some more gold. 5k more food. 4k more wood. He had way more resources, Villese. Simply couldn't get those on the map. Simply could not get those on the map. Maybe a bigger Castle Age army would have been good. Maybe... what else? Yeah, maybe a bigger Castle Age army. Or not wasting those knights. End of castle. When all your units cost wood, 60 fishing ship isn't much help? That's true. That's actually true. LaaaaaN only needs 1 pawn. Looks like it as well. The knights did nothing at all. Yeah, you could make an argument for like they forced the pikemen to go back, but there were close to no villagers going down, and the pikes weren't needed at the front. Okay. And game number 4 won't be a mirror match either. It will be Villese home map. And we are playing after Islands was already picked. Cenotes. And oh boy, guys. If you like cuddling, maybe raise your hand. Say Nili in the chat. Or make yourself known. Because this is going to be a cuddle map for sure. I'm a bit weirded out why my green screen is not perfect. But no matter. Doesn't matter. What matters is that we are cuddling here on Cenotes, because look at how close those 2 players are. Oh boy, berries. That is slapping distance if I've ever seen any. Main gold here at the front, main gold in the back, so might be a better map for Villese. He himself did opt to go for the Aztecs. On the other side, LAaaN did go for Mayans, and that is going to be a brutal game at the start. I expect a lot of men-at-arms and some towers here to begin with as well. Let's take a look. Defensive stone, okay-ish. This one looks even, or that one looks way better. Defensive woodlines here, but I'm really scared for the gold. Look at that, secondary golds. Super open as well. LAaaN's map, especially with that short distance, not great. Villese, nice defensive stone, nice defensive gold. He has to be happy with this for sure. Boars in the very open. Villese sees those. Obviously, by the rules, not allowed to lame those with the scout. But honestly, with that distance, sending a villager over and trying to lame one might be a good option in my opinion. Aztec greater Mayans in the early game. That's what a lot of people would say, yeah. This game should be over before the 30-minute mark. Not sure. Not sure. Honestly, both players are very close on their skill level. I think we actually could... it all comes down how the first 12-30 minutes go. If they're just trading off 3 men-at-arms and an eagle against 3 men-at-arms and an eagle, and we are going into 2 archer ranges, both players, then it could go into imp. If we have LAaaN going up early and getting sneaking men-at-arms in here while Villese is going tower forward to pressure the gold and the berries, then we will see a 13-minute game. Do you think that Kuman unit will be nerfed soon? Yes. Next week there will be a balance patch coming. It's already confirmed by Microsoft. At least we didn't have to suffer through Kuman mirror matchups. Well, there is still an option. I think we have Arena still as a home map, right? Could be something. Wonderful series. I'm enjoying the record games more than I thought. It also, for me, has the kind of live feeling, right? No one knows the results. They were played today. And... yeah, no one is spoiled. Arena was banned? Okay. Yeah, Fortress. We still have Fortress. But yeah, Kuman's probably not the Fortress pick. Or are they? Maybe Kuman Mirror on Fortress. Huh, we will see. Kuman won't have TC in Fuel anymore, but will build builds and mills. Yeah, unlikely. Aren't Kuman totally destroyed by a melee push on Arena? Yes. Or an Aztec push. But we have still seen Kuman mirrors. At least yesterday. What's the advantage of being live anyway? Long waiting periods between games? Feeling. There's no rational advantage. There's one rational advantage that if we have admin decisions, we can make them live. But honestly, for me as an admin, that's way worse because people want to know what's up. And I have not made a single admin decision in my life that everyone agreed with. And the guys that don't agree with, nice move here by the way, re-aggroing the deer, are the most vocal ones. So for me, not having to do admin decisions live on stream is actually pretty relieving. What do you think needs to happen for AU to join the top tier esports like CSGO, LoL or StarCraft? Oh god, that's a long, long list. We can maybe do another talk show about that at some point. I can give you a short list. Professionalism of casters, professionalism of tournament organizers, professionalism of players, Dark Age, balance, support, and maps. That's the short list. Without explanations. Okay, now 3 on gold here for LAaaN. He also will go for militia, and yeah, look at that. Oh, so short distance. And look at that, it's so funny how close together they are. Lop, 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 lop. Okay, Now, 3 militia out here. We will go for 4 militia as LAaaN. Also 4 militia for Villese. And feudal age timing will be very similar. Although we have LAaaN with 1 more villager. Now trading off here and pulling the villagers behind us as well. As you can see, Villese is pulling the 4 villagers, but way later. And he lost more HP here, if I saw that correctly. No, should be pretty even. And now he's losing way more HP. Loses the full militia for free. Oh no. 2 down here. Both players adding militia behind this. Man-at-arm upgrade. Uh-oh, cannot be afforded. Now he can squeeze it in. TC is not idle behind this, and we have the man-at-arm upgrade here as well. Let's take a look at that. Looks very even. 2 more villagers in the queue. Now going back. Archery range being built behind this, and this is the aggressive game we want to see. And this is NAC3 Qualifier. This is Cenotes at the map. This is Aztecs against Mayans. 2 of the best players in the world. One of them, after the series, will go to Nili's Apartment Cup 3 offline finals. Archery range behind this as well. Now the nice push by LAaaN. He did control his units a bit better. Military count 5 to 3. Men-at-arms are now going back. So many villagers being pulled. That is a bit better for LAaaN because he has fewer idols at the moment. 3 on gold. First archer coming out now as well. On the other side, do we see an archer? Yes, as well. Man-at-arm will lose in value. Villagers now moving forward. He even sends them to attack. Let's zoom in as close as we can. No quick walls behind this. Now let's take a look at the concave archer. Oh no, grouping everything back. Means the archer is going to the back of the line. And he is very much at the front now. That's horrible for him. Dies behind this. Villagers not really fighting either. Now attacking the men-at-arms here. Uh-oh, LAaaN with some problems is going back. And that's a super aggressive game. More men-at-arms dying. But archer value is now increasing so much more. Men-at-arm being added even. Something we cannot see from Villese. Villager production behind this a bit better for our player from Finland, but so many idle villagers. Maybe the transition might be a bit better for LAaaN, who now is fighting with 1 archer and has the military advantage 5 to 2. But as I said, men-at-arms will matter less and less. Whew. Now the aggressive watchtower. I think this one would have been better for me. The instant counter tower to that one. Actually, there's not too much threat, but doesn't want to see a big tower rush crawling in his direction. Some micro here, but the villagers getting sent back. And I love this zoom in feature to increase the intensity, because this game is super intense. 3 villagers will get the tower up. As we can see, Villese is getting his tower up as well. What? He's not trying to finish it? Oh no, 89% seemed to be not enough for him. And Villese, that is a small, at least emotional win for him. Whew. This has to go on YouTube. The whole series will go on YouTube, my friend. You can maybe make a comment to let everyone know that game number 4 is a crazy one. And then everyone can go into it. Emotional win? Yeah, that's what I would say, right? He didn't kill any villagers, had the same investment. Now splitting off some armies, skirms to defend in the center, men-at-arms and archers trying to go for the raid. Look at that. Palisade wall not even to the top. Whew. Okay, time to breathe a bit. LAaaN 3 villages ahead. KT actually only 1 better for him, so had his stuff running behind it a bit better. Now goes for fletching on the other side. Villese couldn't really go for fletching, should have the better eco with Aztecs. Some shenanigans here. Skirm numbers now better for LAaaN, and that's actually what matters. Sends 4 more villagers to the front. Why did he micro the high HP villagers back and still sends the low HP ones to the front? I'm a bit surprised about that. Tower lost a lot of HP here. Less armor while being built, I believe. Otherwise, you only get 1 damage, I believe. 4 villagers now jumping in there. 5th one as well. And some aggression at the front. LAaaN is looking strong in this one. Wall in LAAN's tower could have absolutely been an option. But he had enough villagers here to defend this one. And Eagle now being added. Only 3 archers, so the Eagle will stay pretty efficient. Is the Max already qualified? He was directly invited into the tournament. Rumors have it that he trained a lot with Villese to prepare him for those finals, and yeah, tower is going down, so it wasn't that bad for Villese to allow that one getting finished. Hope that NAC is gonna be so on fire like this game. I hope so as well. We will have 7 full days of entertainment. Let me do Nili math. 20 best of 5 series. And then 5 bracket series. Best of 11 finals, most likely. Whew. And 0 lag. Being played on LAN. Some debation here. Archer went back. Eagle at the front. Eagle now added by LAN as well. Upgrades +1, +0 against +1, +1 by Mr. LAN. 2 more villagers still for a military count even, but as we saw, 1 more upgrade is really nice in those spots. Eagles, I would be surprised if they have any upgrades. Numbers not that high. Also production time takes so long. 60 seconds to get an eagle out in Feudal Age. I think in Castle Age it's only 35. So messing those in Feudal Age is pretty tricky. Is it possible for community to add ons like spec overlay on DE? Like what Scripter64 has done in the past? He didn't do it. That was PKZ. But yeah, that is possible. Hopefully DauT remembers his keyboard. Yeah, that would be good. But you shouldn't be the one talking, right? Girlfriend of Nikov. Is Nikov invited? He was, but he didn't have time. Okay, Eagles now moving forward. Oh, but only 1 at the front. He will lose so many HP. Only gets 1 hit off and then loses his life. That's something we cannot see happening. LAN now with an 18 to 14 KD. Eagles moving in 2 archers only. How many archer ranges do we have? I can see 1 for LAN, 1 for Villese. So both going for Eagle and Skirmisher at the moment. +1 defense for the Eagles. Do we see them on both sides? Yes, LAN has +1 defense as well. Uh-oh, and those 4 Eagles, they are just wrecking through all those skirmishes. Suddenly military count is 14 to 6. What did we witness? We have the tower rush now here against the gold. Something that LAN didn't see at all. Something that happened away from the camera. Even away from LAN's camera. Oh god, that is a missed wall here. Oh boy. We'll try to squeeze one in behind it. We'll get a reasonable one. But it's just in the back. Could maybe fight off those low HP Eagles. Shouldn't be the biggest raid. If he sees it, is fighting this one off. Aggression at the front. Tower is now walled, being pushed away from the gold. And we mentioned earlier, LAN, he has horrible gold spots. Those are his other 2 spots. So he does not have any gold income at the moment. Still sitting on 700. So that's not the biggest problem as of yet. More skirmishes in the queue, more eagles as well. Second barracks, so that's mainly eagles now to counter what Villese is expecting. Mass skirmishes because LAN should not have any gold. Will he try to retake this in any way? He could just delete his own barracks and then try to fight down the tower. Could absolutely be an option. Defensive tower is going up here, I believe 60%. Nice quick wall here. 6 HP is actually enough to buy himself enough time. Villager with low HP are getting microed back, or are they? At least then not going into the tower again. 95% here. And even the skirmisher dying. Nice defense by Villese. He's still in this game. 2 villagers behind. Now goes for forging. Double barracks. Goes for wheelbarrow. LAN already has wheelbarrow and heavily goes onto stone now. Goes for the market and he will be up to Castle Age. Only produces eagles. No more usage of his archer range, at least for a second. Now he's going for more archers. Nice play indeed. Lord Campo, thanks for your prime support. Outpost rushing the map now is Mr. LAN. Trying to find more of his gold. Didn't scout the 3rd one over here yet. And now sees it. Should probably move out there. Villese, I would be surprised if he scouted that. Let's take a look. Villese, yeah, has no idea about the other gold. Will just continue to pressure the front area. LAN actually building a tower here, trying to defend this. Villese, as you can see, 300 food in the bank, 160 gold, goes for the Feudal Age aggression. But will have big problems against the Castle Age player pretty soon. Nice defense, a nice tower up now, and yeah, LAN is just getting onto his gold. He, I think, could just stay on mass eagle production and win the game. He could also just stay on stone and build the castle, but he feels eagles is the better option. is now building the second barracks here at the site. And I wouldn't be surprised if we even see a third barracks soon. As soon as he hits Castle Age.
Shot it.
Maybe +2 as well. Skirmishes dancing now. He's getting control over his main gold spot at the front. Villese wants to make some more walls happen for himself, but those aren't too strong at the top either. Doesn't want to allow the counterattacks. Market now being built at the front. He can click up any second. Does have the buildings. Okay, up to Castle Age on the other side. As we can see, up any second. So that's a solid 3-minute difference. Eco upgrades now behind this by LaaaaaN as well. He's going for Eagle Warrior upgrade. They instantly get +3, reaching Feudal Age. Tower low on HP. Villagers moving in. Do we see any repairs? Not really happening. Eagles are trying to fight this one off. I think this is a big waste. Why are you attacking before you get all the upgrades? The tower actually stays super efficient. And I think that is not breaking Villese, or is it? Oh, the towers just stayed so efficient. No repair on it. And I think that is a big mistake though. Eagles trying to attack it, trying to tear down 320 HP. Skirm still doing the damage from the distance. 55% Castle Age only here. 3 more Eagles out of 2 of those barracks. Another barracks. What is this? 4 barracks production. Now, Villese is having 4 barracks. On the other side, we have LaaaaaN even going for the 5th barrack. Now, look at that crazy madness. He wants to finish the game. He sees it timing and wants to go for it. But only 1 warrior. If we now see some quick walls, that would be so good for LaaaaaN. Or for Villese, he could maybe think about stabilizing. It is so tricky. And as I said earlier, the production out of 3 barracks in Feudal Age is so much slower than the ones from even. Well, Aztecs make it a bit faster, but okay. Now we are in the important age. Eagle Warrior upgrade queued up here behind this. Military count 16 to 9. LaaaaaN 3 villagers ahead. Not sure about all the eco upgrades. Now we have squires behind this as well. Villagers are in danger at the top. Let's take a look. Debating a bit into the TC. Do we see any quick walls at the gold? I don't really see it. And people predicted this could be a game going under 30 minutes. It's looking pretty good for LaaaaaN, but the game is not over yet. Villagers not really fighting back. Eagles now. Eagle Warriors as well, not only Eagle Scouts. No more walls. Why did we not see any re-walls? This could have bought him so much time. Oh god, all the villagers here. Does Villese... Oh, yeah, that's only spotted now by Mr. LaaaaaN. Villagers going down at the top here. 7 villager difference, and that is just the full pressure to the front. And Villese has to call the GG. What an intense game. Oh man. That tower war in the center was just sick. It felt like the early blacksmith was just a nice advantage. Villese did take so many villagers to fight this one off and couldn't really defend properly. Then 2 holes over here. Didn't really wall the other area and never could get a proper defense rolling for himself. LaaaaaN takes another victory in this one. It's looking pretty damn sexy for him. And a 3-1 lead now for a guy that never had an offline appearance and, well, could maybe surprise so many. He surely will gain a lot of fans by his plays today and yesterday.
Great game. Thanks for that event. Smiley face.
Mr. Greedy, thank you so much for the $50, my man. And yeah. Glad that you enjoy it. Philippa with 5 gifted subs behind this. Oh god, thank you so much for all your support, guys. You enable me to keep doing what I'm doing. Military 62 to 46, and yeah, a bit of a larger army, but you saw basically everything that happened. Food eco very similar, wood eco pretty similar. A bit more gold for LaaaaaN and a bit more stone for Villese, but defensive towers were not there where they were needed. Actually, defensive or even amount of villagers. Pretty even game. Pretty damn even game for sure, but that's what we expected, right? And it was so in the face of both of them. Whew. Did you use your word sheet yet? No. What should we use now? Why did he not get those walls up at the top? That would really have aided the comfort for him. Okay, and now the map that I'm most critical of at the moment, because I fear too many mirror matchups coming. It will be Valley. Home map of Mr. Villese and his first pick. Let's take a look. We had Villese against Fire. No, what do we have? We had TaToH losing against Villese in the final game there in the semifinals. And let's take a look how they are playing this one out in the blue trunks. Villese playing the Mongols in the red trunks here. Mr. LaaaaaN, he's playing Mongols as well. As you all know, starting off with the villagers on the sheep, and then in the late run, we are probably fighting some for those Ibex, because Mongols, with their 50% more efficient hunting, could really benefit from those. Will there be a daycare for disinterested girlfriends at NAC3? The door? Yeah. Daycare for disinterested girlfriends. But that's not really going to happen. Is Coast Mountain or Seize the Hump in the map pool, at least for NAC3? No. Seize the Hump was a game or a map that never really provided any good maps or long games. And Coast Mountain, we felt we would see too many Mongols or Chinese mirrors. Ironically, now we have a map where we see a lot of Mongol mirrors as well. And I was very skeptical of Valley, but they said no, there are so many other good civs that have a lot of aggression with men-at-arms at the start. Well, we will see how this is going to be played out, and I will certainly take another talk with the players about that. I can care for all of them, don't worry. Okay. What's wrong with short games? Entertainment. Age of Empires is a game that, to be entertaining, needs to deliver also good long games. Because if we have 10 minutes of boredom at the start, and then the game is always decided before the 16 minutes mark, that's not really the entertainment that games should deliver, in my opinion. Mongols, Mayans, Aztecs, Chinese, Cumans! I like that at least some people are getting excited about that. So a lot of Ibex around here as well. As you can see, already 3 pushed, not even going for that boar completely. Mr. Hera! Hey yo! We only need Arabia. Every series will have Arabia as map number 1. And surprisingly, a lot of people have been going for Chinese so far. We'll see if that keeps on continuing. I think especially with, in case Villese and TheMax can train a lot, or TaToH and DauT will train a lot, we will see some crazy strategies and a lot of non-meta picks there. Or meta picks with new strategies. Thank you so much, Hera. Oh, villagers. They don't want to go in that direction. Oh, look at that. Manly man carrying 2 slices of meat. And she carries only 1 slice of meat. But it was both 35 food. That was a real alpha male. Did you see that? Like, oh, look at me. I'm carrying 2 slices of meat. And she is like, okay, I can be as efficient with only 1 slice. Okay. Very realistic game. Why Steplancer civs are not played as much, except humans? There are only 2 Steplancer civilizations, Tatars and humans. And Tatars simply aren't that good. I think they're one of the weaker civilizations, especially if Steplancers will get a fix. Okay, now 5 villagers on gold here. What is that opening? Is that Bloodlines? No, that's 4 on gold. What is happening here over and over again? So that is men-at-arms into archers without going for the center at all. And Villese is going for
NAC3.
Men-at-arms is the opening choice here for Villese as well. Goes for number 3. And, well, now some walls in the back. Huh. I'm surprised by how many villagers we see on gold. Still 3 ibex in the back. Still some micro there. Goes for 4. On the other side, we see 4 as well. A bit of an earlier timing, I believe, from LAaaN here. And we see the repeat of the last game. Mass militia into men-at-arms and some villagers fighting. Potentially. Let's take a look. Takes the hill advantage. Scout, still with both with full HP. Wants to wait for the hill. And militia queued up behind the men-at-arms, so we'll see the big aggression. Villager queued up, men-at-arm upgrade now as well. Archery range instantly being dropped. Uh-oh, that's a fight that Villese cannot take yet. Maybe some quick walls here, desperately needed. Uh-oh, that's not looking too great. Another wall behind this won't happen either, and he's getting pushed back. Uh-oh, that is stopped as well. Can she run away from the left-hand side? That was actually an okay-ish reaction. Men-at-arm will finish any second. Now taking the fight, didn't lose a single villager, and the perfect man-at-arm timing, and is now fighting this one back. That actually went way better for Villese than I thought. I think I could lose this game in the 10-minute, 30-second mark there, but he is pushing back LAaaN. I have no idea how this happened. Nice move here, certainly, and Scout is going to go down. That gives you so much more micro potential. Scout also a nice damage dealer, and uh-oh, that's a good fight. How did Villese hold this one? What a beautiful move. And, well, now the skirmisher here being produced. On the other side, we have an archer and a second archery range. This is still open at the front. Easily will get closed. Look at that. Nice move here. The scout is blocking this one off. Just waits for the 2 men-at-arms to come in and now moves over. Will probably get a snipe on that villager. At least that's his goal. 5 HP on her. Don't tell me the men-at-arm won't get the kill. Okay, at least he will get that. So now Villese 2 villagers ahead in this game. Skirmish at the front end. Yeah. Also something I have to mention. Yeah, we are seeing a lot of Mongol mirrors, but they have absolutely delivered. So aggressive game after game. Skirm now going for the defense here. So much more efficient. Might mean LAaaN won't go for an archer range, but will go for a stable. But first, he will pull 5 villagers. One super low one. And it's going for the front demo hype. Well, that's not going to happen. Okay, pulls the low HP one back. Archer range number 2 out now. Villese, he is running away from his responsibilities to defend this center area. Goes for the deer now, or is that just trying to lame it? Rarely do we see villagers being pulled that late when people already have solid armies to really join the fight. Uh-oh, skirmisher going down here, and Villese, that is a nice pick off for him. Lots of wards already. That is open. He is sending that villager over. I wouldn't be surprised if he has the plan to go for big walls here. Likes that house first, and then probably will get some walls behind there. He will be fine. Some more walls here by LAaaN, and both trying to slowly but steadily get more control over the map. 7 military for both players. Archer count actually is the one that is kind of hurting at the moment. Skirm's better for the straight up fight, but later on, obviously, Archer's the unit to go for. Running away from his responsibilities, just like I'm watching this. Debated! Oof. Hera snipe. Yeah, that's a good emote for sure. LAaaN now completely walled at the top, meaning he can only be attacked at the bottom, and that's easily be walled as well. Camps on that hill. Yeah, doesn't really have the vision at that area, so he walls a bit more complicated, but obviously impossible to see. Both players now with fletching, no one with the defense upgrade, and that after the super aggressive start could maybe stabilize a bit more. The player that gets the free deer most of the time has the advantage then. Walls in the back as well. Villese, why does he not want to finish those? A bit surprising to me. Doesn't fear any counterattacks. Both players actually still in the center. What's the map's name again? Valley. Gate now at the front. I really like that gate. something I would rarely done. House walls behind. I love that greed by LaaaaaN. Rarely is that ever spotted. And it just will give him so much food. And oh boy, villagers might be picked here. And yeah, where's the army of Villese? Not around. And one villager down. Could go up to 2 villagers down. Micros around this quite nicely. Not a lot of losses. Loses one archer. Loses a lot of HP on the other archer. But that honestly could have been worse. Kills one of his own Ibex. That's not too pretty. Villese still 2 villages ahead. How does TaToH look for them? 340 food, 100 gold. LaaaaaN with a bit of worse resources, but probably a lot of food in those hands. Yeah, so we can catch up a bit there. Both players now heavily going for archers. And look at that. All the skirms left behind. Trying to defend this, and all the archers sent to the front to get something done. And LaaaaaN again. Oh no. Thought he walled to the edge of the map. That put him heavily behind in game number 1 and could cost him game number 5 here as well. That raid is going to be stopped, and he, well, does not have a lot of vision of that. Oi, 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 oi. I like this move. I like that he's trying to micro here, but that is going to be so costly. Archers, if he just right clicks in there, that could be so good. Villese, is he really trying to risk it? That would be so good. But yeah, normally that doesn't happen. He would probably just try to get 1 kill, 2 kills over at this area. And yeah, won't even get any of them. Ah, I saw a GG come in here. And in the end, it wasn't even a loss. Archers now going back. Both not trusting that this could be open. Villese knows, okay, I'm playing against one of the best in the world. He cannot have this one open. And LaaaaaN knows, okay, well, it looked like it's closed. And I don't want to check. Honey, I just saw a promo for NAC3. I'm really excited. Good work. Thanks. Defensive tower here as well. LaaaaaN not happy with his main gold spot. Stone spots over here and here. So this boom will be a bit behind. Now clicks up to TaToH, snacks an archer on the other side. We are already up for, well, I saw the 25% ahead here. Reminds me of King of the Desert 1 finals. Liereyy against Viper, where Liereyy didn't click in. I think so as well. Over 5k viewers over the biggest streams of qualifiers. Can you compare that to the last years of final qualifiers? I don't know. But that's kind of what I was expecting. I expected me having 1.5, T90 having 3.5 to 4k, and Mem maybe 500. Though that was kind of my prediction, and well, if the series continues 3-4 more games, we might actually get there. So some in the center here. Oh, actually 8 villagers getting deer against only... Oh, 7 villagers getting deer against only 4 there. Villese therefore with the early up timing. I think both players with wheelbarrow. Pastian, hey yo, thanks for the prime. Now crossbowman on the way. Botkin as well. And some knights added. So double stable behind. There's something I didn't see coming. Uh-oh, Villese is going for one of the builds Hera taught me as well. If your opponent is going for a lot of skirms, just go for mass crossbowmen and add knights. Might be one of the strongest compositions you can go for in TaToH and can really break your opponent. Those crossbowmen, they won't find too much against the tower. Could maybe idle some. Or maybe allow a villager to go over here and get a siege workshop set up. +1 defense for those. Crossbowman and Botkin, exactly what we were expecting from LaaaaaN here, who is in a world of pain, honestly. Will be surrounded so much. Ah, TaToH has 500 as well. Okay, okay. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, great day for MBL to do his 24-hour stream. It wasn't announced like 3 weeks ago. What percentage does MEMP have to win the NAC? 0%. Okay, what is that villager up to? What is she up to? Trying to help out break the wall? Okay, some micro here. I'm not sure if the knights were spotted so far. We have 5 knights here. If those crossbows are overextending, they're getting completely smashed. Oh no, LaaaaaN, he will lose everything. This is so bad for him. He has no idea about the knights. And now if he sees them, he needs to run away. +2 defense. What? He is not killing it. He could go for it. He could have absolutely jumped on it and killed everything. But he wants to play with the +2 defense apparently. Left-hand side is going good for LaaaaaN as well. Oh, I think this could have been the kill moment for Villese. But he didn't jump on the kill, and LaaaaaN, he has to be super happy that he is still having 20 military in this game. Next engagement from the top. I think LaaaaaN also could have built like 2-3 houses behind this. Next attack is already around the corner. That was the perfect window. Yeah, I can see the reasoning. He just clicked +2 defense. So it felt like the worst timing. But sometimes the worst timing attack still justifies an attack if you take a super good engagement, which I thought he could have gotten. But also with only +1 defense and LaaaAN's micro, he could have gotten back, sniped all the knights, and the crossbow and skirmisher could not have caught up. Let's take a look. Now the next engagement here at the front. Oh, that's open. Knights could just jump into the gold. Lots of idle villagers here for LaaaAN. 7 of those, and a lot of them very inefficient. Those 4 still working away. Oh, this game could end pretty quickly. Let's take a look how the knights will find the engagements. No attack through the center. Where is the army? Crossbowman around this lovely move. LaaaAN, he is chasing away the crossbows, but not getting any kills while getting attacked at the back again. No HP villagers here, and LaaaAN. Honestly, if I'm playing this game, I feel like I want to resign. My opponent is basically playing cat and mouse with me, and where can I ever find any good engagements? I need to open every single angle. Now there's like 5 different openings. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the one at the front here. 5 if we want to count that as another one. You're a bit like a cheddar cheese, and then you're trying to chase your opponent away, and more +2 knights are flying in with bloodlines, and you are actually the one getting chased away. More villagers being idled, and if those knights are getting in, the game is over. But LaaaAN, he is still on point. Quick walling that, needs to get a house up at the front, and he indeed does, but that means the crossbowman at the behind there still annoying. Where's the one villager that built a siege workshop? Maybe that is the Mongol from exactly that one, and well, we'll get one okayish connection off. 4 crossbowman dead. Can he get another shot off? Yeah, okay, has to be happy. 7 crossbow taken down there, and yeah, I like how he approached this one. Meanwhile, those crossbowmen have to retreat as well. Villese, what is he doing at home? 1 extra TC, 2 extra TCs even here. Is heavily on stone and all the map control in the world. Still some in the center, and now the crossbows here. Let's take a look how they can take this fight. Scorpion not really helping out too much, and those knights, I think they're clearing up everything. Villese, he continues fighting, and he wins his home map. He wins the Mongol War and Valley, his first pick. Very important game for him. If he lost this one, the series would have kind of been lost. But now 2-3 in this best of 9. Whoever gets 2-5 wins first is the winner of this whole series. Villese is dominating this match. Indeed he is, and he also won his match yesterday. Mongols War on Valley is something we might see a bit more out of him if the settings are still allowing it. We will see about that if we are finding some adjustments to that. KD actually super even. Quite surprising to me. I don't really know how to explain that. Maybe Villese lost all his crossbow and skirmishes in the last engagement there. But eco advantage, look at that. Completely on another level. Slightly faster castle edge timing, and yeah, just the nice defense there with the man-at-arms. Did buy himself so much time. Took the favorable engagement, and then, yeah, just going for the knights with that was so good for him. Dank AOC, thanks for our Twitch baby. Is there a pick ban phase for NAC3, or are there chances for mirrors? There are chances for mirrors with the system we are using at the moment, but I will talk to the players again. Obviously, for casuals, the pick ban isn't that great. For the more experienced guys that are willing to watch a lot, the mirrors aren't the prettiest thing. We will see. Maybe we will come up with something new. The next game won't be a mirror match, and it will be the home map of Mr. LaaaaaN. He still has the choice between Fortress, Golden Pit, and Mediterranean. And looking at those civilizations, I predict Mediterranean here. Huzzolino, hey yo! We're jumping into the next game, and we're looking, as you can see here, with the typical Italian flag. White background, red cross. Italians for Mr. Villese. And on the other side, we have antagonist playing the Persians. Civilization that he did not use for cross and still won. And now we have this for Mediterraneans left over. Anyone else has problems with queuing for ranked matching in DE? Was waiting for over an hour to queue last night. That's weird. That sounds like a bug. Maybe you should have unqueued and queued again. I've never heard anyone queuing for 10 minutes. But Mongols will have a good advantage on Valley if no mirror exists. Yeah, we can maybe go for Valley, but not allow Mongols on that. Or play Land Madness and not allow Franks on that. And then it's still hidden pick repeat. Simply with the ban. Like global ban, you can still pick everything else for every other map. That could be a chance. Are the step lancers banned? No. Free to play. And also remember, there is a balance patch coming up within the next days. And then step lancer will get a big change for them. Villese playing the Italians against Persian antagonist Mr. LaaaaaN. In my opinion, Italians should have the advantage here. Could you do 10 global bans for every day? Guys, we already had the whole discussion on AoE zone. You had 3 months to post, or maybe not 3 months, but let's say 1 month to post all your ideas, and I read every single post there. This is not the time to start that discussion again. I know that you want to give your feedback, and I appreciate it, but we had the forum, and we had all the time to come up with this. We had the long discussion. And I honestly, yeah, I really appreciate you trying to help out. And trying to make it a better tournament. I can see that. And I am very open to feedback. It's just late. Which forum again, please? AoE Zone is the main forum every one of the competitive scene is using. Just let the Lord decide this for everyone. Yeah, that's what he wanted as well. May and more Red Side Fortress as a fixed map. I like that he's super cautious here. Building a small gate for himself, or a small wall for himself. How is LaaaaaN already that far ahead here? 1.5 villagers. Does he already have a fishing ship? Yes, he does. So lovely play Persian. Pretty strong in this one. Second boar now flying in. LaaaaaN. Persians, they look really strong. Look at that. 2 fishing ship. Okay, we don't have a single fishing ship on the other side for Villese. Not sure if he screwed up his start there a bit. Has 2 in the queue. That's not really a good sign, but... Huh. Stout in this tournament? Exclamation mark NAC3. NAC3 will tell you all the competitors. Hope TaToH will get some buff? I don't think so. Talk about this game instead and strat. I prefer Persians here, but turns late game with the Genoese crossbowman. Okay, I will focus on the game. Makes a lot of sense. We have 2 villagers going forward, so we will actually see a land play by Mr. LaaaaaN. And probably Villese will mainly go for water. Persians have the better start, as you can see. Slightly more villagers already, and he will click up to fuel age after this villager, most likely. Drop the food and go up. Indeed, that's what we are seeing. And that's going to be tricky. Let's take a look if the scout will see this. He should go over there with the patrol. Anyone has a link to the patch notes for December update? Nothing official yet. on Villese. Will he actually see it? He will run into it. Yeah, and he is... Yeah, he gets the attack sign. He knows what's coming. That is good for Villese. He will be prepared. Now the question is, how can he adjust to the situation? We did see him win the Islands game. After he won water and land, couldn't finish it off with his landing. Although the landing was pretty efficient. Now pulls enough villagers. Maybe just a quick tower. Maybe some stone walls. We will see about that. Second dock still behind this. Does not want to lose water. That's a big mistake that some people do. Thinking, okay, I only need to defend the land and giving up water. And suddenly the guy who wanted to go for land didn't do too much on land. And just sneakily took the water away from the normally water player. Look at that sheep. That sheep actually is here to scout if there are more sneaky villagers. What a sick play by Villese. And also sees that there are... Yeah. That there is an easy wall behind this as well. So now we have the archery range going on to gold. Over here as well. That means only one fire galley queued up on the other side. We are long distance mining that gold. The defensive spearman. No fire galley in production. So LAaaN is not even contesting water. This is looking good for Villese, guys. I feel a 3-3 coming. This could go long. This could go to game 8. Villager will lose her life. Some more damage on the scout. Can we see... Oh, the scout actually being forced back. Now the quick wall here. Give me house. Give me house. She gave me the house. She gave me the house. Where are the villagers behind this, though? Something like a stone gate could have been even better. Or something stone wallish. And the villager here with 3 HP. Now it still takes the fight. Spearman behind this. Still gets something as well. We need another wall here. More villagers pulled. I think that's the right reaction. And how did she squeezed that palisade wall out there? Now takes the fight. And if those 2 villagers die, Villese knows he did defend all this, because only some skirmishes and spearmen will never get the kill. All this is getting cleared up as well. Nice spearman kill there. And I think Villese has to be happy with how this is going. Only sends 1 fire galley out. Now goes for a second one. Was very low on gold. That really blocked him for quite some time. And yeah, we'll probably get the defense up now. Skirm, spearman. What is the next step for LAaaN? Most of the time, some people feel, okay, let's just quickly go for 3 docks and try to retake water. Because as I said before that, your opponent will have problems really adjusting to that. No option to scout what LAaaN is doing here for Villese at the moment. Although he still has his scout. Well, actually, he should then send his scout over here and really get the intel. LAaaN is going for the water retake. 4 fishing ship against 2. What's up in the queue? Only villagers for now. 2 more fishing ships. Not too big on gold so far. Only now 4 villagers. Fishing ships might go down. He sees the flag on the dock. Knows there is something in there. It cannot be a fishing ship, because that one would have been out.
Resources.
NAC hype.
And Telagor, thank you so much. Which looks to be like 15 euros, I would say. Something like that. Thanks for your support. Important that we don't go for too many fishing ships. And add some fire galleys. Demo behind this as well here for LAaaN. Second dock. Remember that those docks work a bit faster. And Walter thinking it's 2018. Those fish. That fish is getting cleared up. Oh god, he's even adding more fishing ships. Oh, we'll lose some. It's micro to the side. Nice clear up here. What are the next steps? How are castle age timings looking? Villese building a defensive tower here at the gold. 200 food. LAaaN already sitting at 500 food. And getting some kills here. Yeah, he will lose some fishing ship down to 19 HP. But will still survive. 1 fisher in there. Something we don't see too often. Demo now could get a big connection. No, not going to happen. Oh, will it? Oh, yeah, that's a solid one. Solid one for sure. And 3 versus 2 fight could now be even 1. If we don't have a better micro, I think adding a 3rd dock could actually be a good option for Mr. Villese, who has a scout over here. I think it should be more in that area, counting docks. Now some repair at that area. Love that move. Fish should carry Villese faster to Castle Age. Massive amount of wood here. Some lost due to the repair. Low HP on the fire galley at the front. No one really adding demos. Third dock still not inside from either player. Microing back, but this is 4 against 2. Not really going to work, my man. And that's 1 against 4 now. Those fishing ships heavily in danger. And yeah, he simply didn't have enough villagers and gold. Did build the tower there without getting pressured. And oh no, no demo here to really revenge that. Now the transporter from our Italian player. What are we witnessing? So many fishing ships in danger. Rex, thank you so much for your support. To fire galleys. What can they do? Yeah, the fire galleys of LAaaN. Low HP. Something could be coming here. Transported. Did we have an archery range or what? Or is it just a normal landing? He's sending some villagers. Maybe wants to go for the stable. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Didn't care about them at all times. He's not trying to protect this land. Does he see this? Runs into the fire galley. Doesn't like this too much. Is up to Castle Age like 30%. Billy's still taking his time. Goes for the upgrades in the TC now. Town Watch and Wheelbarrow. I need a market. For now, only Blacksmith. Has a barracks here. Maybe archery ranges could be an option. Gold super exposed. I like the position of LAaaN a bit more at the moment. How on earth is he throwing away his water after that strat? I actually mentioned it. He didn't have enough gold because his gold spots were pressured heavily here. And he needed to pull 5-6 villagers to fight off. To hold the land. Oh, market now pretty late. Oh no, he double clicked the fire galleys. And now a lot of low fire galleys coming into that area. One is getting killed. Ooh. He said a lot of idle villagers. 6 here against 4. Now 2 of them working again. I think either villagers might be fishing ship as well, running away. He could click up now to Castle Age. Indeed, that's what he's doing, but it feels a bit late. Archery range at the side. What is coming out here? Siege Workshop and Stable. LAaaN will continue his aggression at that left-hand side. Idle villagers here for Villese. Not too few. Okay, only 1 now. None for Mr. LAaaN. Is he even getting greedy and building some fishing ship? Not really. He will continue and go for the land aggression, but will be open on the land. Archer range number 2. Those sneaky archers can decide the game. If Villese can somehow hold here and is getting them in the back, LAaaN, he should have 0 idea that this is happening. Look at that, 5 different buildings. Fun move. Fire galleys trying to buy some time. Oh, suddenly fletching is shown. Uh-oh. LAaaN, if he's like super aware of things, he now knows the tower suddenly started attacking. So his opponent is researching fletching. Or did research fletching. That would be super advanced. But maybe he is that good. Maybe he saw it. But it's with only 17 HP. I think that's not a great idea that she is repairing. And she is indeed going down. And now the Mongol should not be able to finish this fight. LAaaN with the TC here. Archer numbers not that high. Probably waiting for botkin and crossbow. And then moving in. What does Villese see of the island? He actually has a good idea what's up here. Knows about the mining. Knows about the gold. Probably expects the TC in that area though. Do we have a siege workshop? No, not really. Maybe the siege workshop over here might make more sense. The second tower would be something lovely in my opinion as well. Just to be safe, because if he avoids that push, he still can go around here. And now he is diving in. LAaaN has no idea about this. This will be how many dead villagers we will see. TC will go up, and that is not even a single dead villager yet. Oh god, crossbow micro, pretty underwhelming so far. 1 villager only going down. That should have been 5-6 dead villager, and it might only be one single villager trade-off against crossbows. I thought this was a moment where we maybe could see a GG if the TC was maybe 20-30% less, but you saw villager micro, so good, instantly pulled. Nice reaction there by LAaaN, and well, he didn't lose a lot there. And now the Mongol's pushing here. This is looking so good for Mr. LaaaaaN. 3 mangonels taking down this tower. What happened to all the stone of Villese? He didn't use it. War galley now. He's trying to retake the water, but does that really matter that much? Yeah, he's hiding the eco behind this so heavily, but LaaaaaN, he can just send 1 knight back and should deal with everything. 3 TCs behind this, and villager count pretty even. Some more going down now. That second raid is actually more efficient than the first one we saw. What's the reaction on land here? All the villagers have to be pulled. This is looking pretty damn ugly for Mr. Villese defensive tower. And LaaaaaN, he's looking extremely strong. Oh, so many villagers now on stone. But also so many idle under the TC. TC will most likely fall. No wooden come behind this. And 1 scorpion to defend this as well. LaaaaaN looking good to go into NAC3, but even after the potential win on this map, he needs to win another one. This is the best of 9, guys. 5 wins necessary. No stone wall top left. No, he only had the tower there. I think a second tower would have been good. The tower now for the defense. We have the guard tower here. Needs to buy stone to repair his castle. Still 1 villager alive. And Mongol, does he find another angle with it? It seems like yes, he does. Now sends villagers to the front. Low HP ones. Some under the TC even dying. Mongol is microing back. Where are the knights? Just dealing with all the villagers in the back. And there are not a lot of villagers left. Mongol, let's take a look. Could just be repaired by the converted villagers. Could get a shot in here. It's just going back. What is happening? Do we see more knights coming or what? Not really even that. And, well, 1. Villese, maybe with the hold. He's suddenly ahead and score. What are we witnessing? He's behind by 10 villagers, but reclaimed water. But look at that. No, he does not have enough stuff working at the moment. No answer to that 1 single knight. Even more and more villagers being repaired. He loses all his eco. Villese, no income at all. That tower might even go up. Now fighting down in the back here. Villese simply not having the options to defend this. 2 more knights. Staying very, very efficient here. Whew. Can you report players in DE? I don't know of it. Crossbow staying active behind this. Something I didn't check for quite some time. But 4 TCs by LaaaaaN. 51 villagers. And that's just pure efficiency. At least not with the water control. Slowly continues repairing the town center. No, he doesn't. 35 villagers. What is his next step here? It's not looking pretty for him. Crossman running away, trying to lick his wounds, but honestly, 1 player's already had by 20 villagers, has the better boom civilization, and booms 4 TCs against 1 TC, and still has ecos in your back eco. This is the spot where we can say the score is lying, because emotionally the score could be 5.5k to 3k. But in the end, it's only 3.6 to 3.1. But Villese realizes, I won't get a proper defense running here. LaaaaaN is taking this next game and is now having a solid 3 match points to go to NAC3 and deliver incredible games if he wants to go for it. If he wants to train. If he wants to beat all the great players in the world. Yo, Vivi. TheMax, Viper, TaToH, DauT, and Liereyy. And with them, potentially LaaaaaN, unless Villese allows himself for the big comeback. Unless Villese will take 3 more wins in this one. Does LaaaaaN speak English? Yes, he does. Even pretty solid English. Like, I never realized that he did any major mistakes. 59 to 42 villagers. And yeah. It was simply Villese going for 8 fishing ships and then not able to protect them. Two docks there. Didn't go for the 3 docks. No repair. I think the reaction should have been just send 4 villagers on the back here. Get that gold and really get some stuff at the top. in the center running while holding that top area. A second tower was desperately needed here. Those crossbows didn't get a lot of stuff done. Whew. 3 match points now. MBL has school. That's why he can't join. Exclamation mark Vivi, if you want to know more. Next home map of Mr. Villese. We already saw Cenotes. We already saw Valley and Islands. His last home map will be Land Madness. Send some energy in the chat for Mr. Villese if you want to see Villese win. If you want to see LAN win, send some energy in his directions. How balanced and randomized locations for resources? If 2 equal players are playing against each other, maps can win. But in more than 90% of Age of Empires games, the player decides who wins. Overlay? Okay. I'm fine with that. Frank War on Land Madness. Land Madness, a map where we don't have really any big gold or stone spots. We always have those small ones scattered around the map. Also some berries. Woodlines surrounded by the snowy area, by the ice, not allowing you to wall over it. Therefore, fully walled maps are impossible. I can see some Villese energy in the chat. No one really cheering for LAN. Why would they pick Franks? Because you have 2 berry bushes around the TC. And scouts are pretty damn sexy for such an open map. Lots of map control is something nice. We also have seen Slavs on this map. In old NSCs we have seen Burmese trying to counter there as well. I think something like Japanese could be an option on those maps. Anything that gets a lot of early aggression out. I honestly feel that Bulgarians might also be a solid option for this one. Whew. Could be a very aggressive game. Could be a lot of action here in the potentially last game of NAC3 qualifiers. The winner of the next map, if it's LAN, will go and play for a prize pool over $25,000 in the biggest 1v1 event we had in, I would say, 17 years, something like that. But if Villese allows himself to the comeback, he will train every single day with TheMax. That's what I'm expecting out of those two, and they will deliver incredible games as well. Will come up with great strategies and just rise the level so much more. Also for TheMax, because he has the training partner. That would be something lovely to see. LAN, kind of the lonely wolf, I would say. But certainly people will help him train with potentially Doga or something. Wouldn't like Celts be good as well for the strong infantry against Frank's cavalry? I think you're always running behind them. I think Celts isn't that good. You need even more mobility than Celts. LAN is friends with TaToH? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true, that's true, it's true. Thanks for the great evening. Thank you so much for being around, sharing the love. Let's take a look how both players will approach this. Very pretty close here. Some people would have gone for the greed, go for the open one, and then only later go for the safer one at the side. As you can see here, LAN expanding at the front. LAN could train and then DauT with Viper. I think TaToH and DauT is kind of an already set in stone training partner team. And TaToH, then BL, Kappa. Yeah, DauT can train with King Sancho. That's actually a pretty good training team. Okay, let's focus on the game. What are we witnessing? We are seeing some deer push here. That's very little scouting by Mr. LAN. Villese already, yeah, very active on the map here. Sees the wood line. LAN only now goes to the front. Will click up to fuel age, probably with pop 19 even. Is looming now. No, thinks better of it. Pop 20 here on the other side. Villese didn't even build another house, so that's pop 20 from him as well. Probably very mirror match here. King Sancho might mentally break DauT. Yeah, potentially. And TaToH and LaaaaaN aren't friends. Why should they? They are somewhat friends. Yeah. King Sancho. He would be a really nice addition. Yeah. Who will Viper train with? Jordan! I'm not sure how much Viper will train. We will have a talk show with him in the upcoming week, and I will ask him how much he will train, how much he will prepare, what he will think of the qualifier as well, and yeah, what he's looking forward to. So maybe you will check that out on YouTube. We already had a talk like this with Mr. DauT and TaToH. We'll also have some other talks, Mr. Yo, in the next week as well, just to give you up to date on all the thoughts of the players. TaToH said LAN was his favorite. Yeah, that's, for example, something he said in the interview. Viper said in the stream he will play much before NAC3. Yeah, I know. But playing much and training are two different things. And people often confuse that. And those are the most underprepared guys most of the time. So, Pop 21 in the end by Villese. LAN is playing Pop 20. He built his barrack over here. Stable now next to it. Will control the gold and the stone for the long run. Secure berries and deer in the back as well. Now some walls. All the villagers will be safe. At the top we can see all those villagers being saved as well. Don't like that we don't have a gate, but maybe if you have the ideal number of villagers on the wood, you don't even need the gate. Stable now here as well. No surprises for now. The question will be, how many spearmen are we adding? Both players going for the spearman opening. Learning, okay, that's a nice defense here. And my berries, that's also pretty nice if we go for the big fights. Train with DauT, but don't beat him too much. Well, then it's not training. If I'm not allowed to try hard. Two spearmen now to the front. That's probably the pressure point number 1. But only 80 food left, so even if LAN felt, okay, I have to give this one up, it's not the end of the world. 2 against 1 fight here doesn't really look fair, losing a lot of HP already on this very spearman. Those villagers could help out in the fight. Production, as you can see in the top, villager, scout and spearman for Mr. LAN here as well. Should be pretty similar, although we see Villese now skipping the spearman. Villager count should absolutely stay on point. This should be very, very mirror for quite some time. Those scouts actually even squeezing around. But those villagers expanding to the back. Having a spearman as protection who gets a nice slice off here. Third scout around there as well. And now we have some aggression. Spearman trading off some HP. Scouts not finding the kills here. One spearman at the top could not be, potentially not be enough against the scouts. LAN now so active. Let's take a look at the mini-map. Will he find the kill against that villager? She's going back to the TC, actually blocking out. Oh no, Villese with the first villager loss here of the game. And that's the first kill overall. First blood, spearman is not getting a hit off either. That is a good start for LAN, who is already leading 4-2 in this series. Can he close this one out? We will see about this. TaToH will play for fire with 3rd place. No. 2nd place doesn't even matter in this tournament. Why would they play for 3rd place? They can play for 3rd place if they want to. But there's no different money on the line. $100 for the guys who are losing in the semifinals. Loser of this series will get $300. The winner will get the full package. I think something worth of like $3,000-4,000. But we will see. Okay, now the next spearman here. I think LAN has enough out on the map to defend this. He is also taking a fight here at the top. And spearman, well, will take one into the grave with himself. One spearman. Villese couldn't really get too much done. LAN with a nice defense now goes on to an archer. Was really nicely pressuring a lot there in another game with his early archers. It seems like everything will be walled up and the defense is real. Proceloso! Thanks for your prime. Lots of walls here. Oh man, Villese with such a big investment to getting all this control. Now an archer range out of him as well. Will he go for that gold or the one protected over here at the front? Yeah, looks like a reasonable choice. Military count 11-7. LaaaN already with 5 kills did snag quite some spearmen over and over again. And oh, you will find those villagers as well. LaaaN is just playing such a better game here than Villese. Villese with his one aggression at the front couldn't get the kill, couldn't get the pressure, and that's another villager kill. 6-2 KD in a total mirror. That should not happen. Whew. In case Villese and LaaaN can't come, they will come. Otherwise, they know they will never be allowed to play any of my tournaments ever again. Trust me, everyone who signed up for this one can play. Yeah, and I won't invite Fire. I think we will make a tournament with 7 players then. I think the real final was Fire vs LaaaN. Disagreed. I think Fire's performance was less than... Oh god, and another snipe here. Are you kidding me? How many kills is this guy getting? And this has to be so depressing for Villese here. Game after game, opening this one, but doesn't really know where to get in there. The villager might even be safe, but... Oh god, Hera snipe. I can see the Hera snipe coming around the corner. Villager, can he save herself? Looks like it at the moment. Now the aggression around here. Where are the archers and spearmen? Maybe they can find something. LaaaN, 130 food. Goes for forging for his scouts. Might take the good engagement. On the other side, scouts are going for the +1 defense, but still not having it. I think this is the better fight for LaaaN indeed. And Villese is taking a lot of extra hits. Now needs to go back. How many archers does he have? Not that many out. Military, 20-17. Oh god, he's going for the counterattack. This could be brutal. And Villese, he created an interesting arena for himself. Could buy some more time. Meanwhile, the counterattack here, but spotted by LaaaN as well. Will rush out a defensive tower. Will send all those villagers over. I think LaaaN will be fine as well. Woodline here completely open. And Villese will rush out a defensive tower. Won't have all the villagers working around this one. But I think it will be in time, or at least the archers won't do too much. Let's take a look here. Spearmen for the defense. Archers aren't doing much. Skirms, obviously, unit that won't benefit or won't bring anything to the table, really. Sitting under this tower, and that was so much damage taken here for Villese. He is in some troubles. Did save those villagers on the woodline. Or from the woodline. Is running to the left-hand side. Defensive tower is up. Let's take a look at this next one. LaaaN now with some idols as well. 300 food, 300 gold for Villese. He's thinking about Castle Age. Something that LaaaN isn't thinking about yet. He's still going full scouts, full archers. Upgrades on those +1/+1. And the extra HP, obviously pretty damn sexy for them. Archers with fletching. And next engagement here, that is even the bigger fight. Spearmen are now going down closer to the TC. Scouts are still pretty efficient. But it feels like Villese can make the defense happen. At least that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, he will not be attacked here. Or is he just staying under it? Oh no, he should micro back. What is happening? Your archers should not lose like this. But the TC fire did just so much more. LaaaN behind this 10 villager advantage though. I think he did it. I think he did it. Town watch now. Spearmen. Scouts now added by Villese. He had 300 food, 300 wood. At 300 food, 300 gold. And now decides to switch it up all again. Oh. Both attacks dying here. Now the market trying to balance out the eco. Some more walls here. Till the edge of the map. And I said you cannot wall this map. They are still trying to make it happen. LaaaN. More like a radar houses all around this area. Builds a tower now. Wants to go to the gold at the front. Onlu. Thanks for the host, my man. Let's take a look how this one continues. I really like this map. Yeah, it spells a lot of aggression. We've seen so much stuff and... Guys, please stop the messages in the chat. Villese only chance is now the faster castle age. Using the market. 700 food for him. No gold out. And... What is the next steps here? LaaaaaN already up to Castle Age even. How did he do it? The better eco, 7 villagers ahead. I'm not sure about the wheelbarrow count. And now all the farmers here. So super well working. So much on gold as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a second stable any second. Now the fight at the frontier. The scouts still having +1/+1. Even going back, trying to save their lives. Very impressed by LaaaaaN. I thought Villese would win fairly clearly. Well, LaaaaaN, an absolute beast. He is the guy who was so vocal, as I said several times, about the unfair seeding and inviting system. And people just said, well, LaaaaaN, show some results. Put yourself on the map. And he indeed is doing that in this qualifier. 60% castle now. Villese, 30%. But 7 villagers behind. Even this here. Spearman now taking a good engagement at the front. There we have the thing Viper criticized about Land Menace again. Now we can Villese make a comeback now. Yeah, those are two different things. But yeah, this is the map that doesn't allow too many comebacks. But also allows a lot of aggression. I had LaaaaaN winning the qualifier from the start. Very good player. TaToH had him at the start as well. Both players with an incredible deep run in this one. Let's take a look how we see the attack now. Okay, Villese stays into this one. Wants to maybe get the counter attack. No, he tries to regroup, goes back. He knows if he loses this game, everything is done. Everything is over. And gets the second stable up. Wants to go for the defense. Spearman defense even. Trades off with the scouts. Upgrades for those. Let's take a look on the overlay. Knight production now. +2 defense. Squeezes through there. We need a palisade desperately. We cannot allow army to get over here. Do we have any open villagers? Not really. Over chopped here. Actually, that's not walled. Oh god, knights could get in here. Monastery. Sneaky one at the side. LaaaaaN might get some aggression over there. Phew. Spearman trying to snipe those scouts. A siege workshop. LaaaaaN is going for the full aggression. Villese, what can he get done? Can he maybe make a miraculous defense happen? Did go for the pikeman upgrade. Knights not here to defend. He wants to go for the counter attack. Actually could find an opening here. Could maybe make something happen. A lot of villagers still very exposed. We don't have any TCs. 2 stables here though. And now we have the big push. Still not walling this area. Field super sloppy. Pikemen, do they want to turn around? Skirman archers still alive to actually snipe some of the monks. But then again, scorpions now as well to do the counter sniping. LaaaaaN does not stream. Okay, now finally the walls at this area. Knights did go for the counter attack. 4 of them even. That means Villese needs to go back, run into the TC. Must not lose his army. No defense from him. No monks by him as well. This is not looking too pretty. Will lose all his army. Pikeman numbers are dwindling. That counter attack has to do massive amount of damage. But LaaaaaN, he knows. There, where were your knights? Where are those? Looked at the minimap. Saw the raid come in time. Will lose 2 villagers, but that is fine. Keeping the rest of his woodchoppers alive, I think, at least. Yeah, they won't find the damage. I think this is war to the woodline or something. I'm not really sure. Scorpions now as well. The defense continues here for Villese, who is behind by 600 points. Obviously does not want to lose this game. Does not want to give it up. He knows how much there is on the line. Siege workshop for the defense. Now trying to break the wood line. Monks, scorpions, knights. No reaction to this. Okay, now the house. Villagers jumping into the tower. Goes for the deer at the side, still active, and those knights getting pushed back as well. LaaaaaN expanding over and over again. The map is so open, but oh no, an overchop here, and those are the villagers going down. LaaaaaN now 10 villagers ahead, increases that lead as well, might intercept those villagers as well, and Villese, he needs to take a significant winning fight now, or all his chances are gone. He is 20 population behind. Pikemen, how can they hold this one? Mongol maybe trying to get something done, but it's looking so bad here for Villese. 8 idle villagers behind this. Extra TCs, yes, he has one, so that's a way to come back. Mongol trade, we can see some shenanigans here. Knights moving in, getting not too much done. That is actually good for Villese when it comes to buying time. Now it gets a big hit in his face. Could maybe now go for the 1-for-1 trade with the Mongol, but is that what he needs? Whew. No extra TCs by LaaaaaN. He is still continuing to play this 1 TC. He goes for the all-in, but he knows this is looking pretty damn good for me. He is hungry for the win. Second Mongol here wants to snag those 5 villagers as well. Oh, actually misclicking a bit here. Could maybe even kill his own Mongol. No, that's not going to happen. The knights now breaking a random palisade. Want to snipe everything. Those villagers will die. Let's take a look. Can maybe 1 or 2 make it home? Villese actually catching up in villagers. Look at that. Now only 9 behind, but should be 14 behind any second now again. Actually, it will stay at some roughly 10 behind. The extra TC for Villese. Buying him time. Mongol micro behind this. Didn't really happen. Nice snipe here. Villese. He is putting himself into the position to somehow allow himself the comeback. But, oh, big raid at the front. And a castle drop here behind this as well. Could have even been more aggressive. And the Mongol is still surviving the 1-for-1 trade. And yes, it is indeed what's happening. Villese, he is 35 population behind. Has a castle in his face. Raiding knights under his TC. Not enough pikemen. Military count 3-1. Villese says GG grats. Antagonist, Mr. LaaaaaN, is going to NAC3. Full paid flights, hotel, will fight for the prize pool of $25,000 plus all donations. I'm expecting that to exceed $30,000, $40,000. He will hang with all the great players. He will be casted by all the great casters and will take a very convincing 5-2 victory in this one. Villese played an incredible semi-final. Did beat DauT there. After this performance yesterday, he was my favorite. LaaaaaN, some shaky games, still did win 5 games of fire with an incredible game number 7 yesterday, and today that just looked so flawless. So many snaky villagers, did so much with so little every single time. And oh god, Villese even tried to go for a sneaky castle with only 1 villager? 3 villagers here. Was a funny one, but didn't really matter at all. The qualifiers of NAC3 are over. LaaaaaN, he promised me that he will try to be around for an interview. They did start this morning at 10 GMT, so he had some time to prepare everything. He won't be at home, but he took his laptop with himself, and we hopefully will get some intel from him. What a beautiful qualifier. Intense games. Semi-final tests have been out of my mind, and that final was super intense as well. Villese sadly losing that Mediterranean game. I think that's something he absolutely could have won. And we will take a look at the statistics here. Military. Yeah, so many more kills. Villese had the early aggression there in the game. But LaaaaaN, such a good map awareness. What did he not scout? Picked villagers off right and left. Always waited for 4 scouts to pick off 1 spearman. Maybe even some more walling is what we would have needed out of our player from Finland there. The finals are over. Let me think about the maps. Villese, incredible valley play. Arabia, we had LaaaaaN winning the Chinese war. Villese, questionable choices there after such a good start for him. We did not see Fortress. We did not see Graveyards and Arena because they were banned. LaaaaaN, somehow, 1 against 3 pawns. He's still making it happen with Japanese there. Perfect awareness of the hill of the earlier im timing. We had Islands going to Villese as well. Cenotes, that intense ad-sticks against Mayan's game there. Smashing each other in the face there with a super short distance. And Land Madness to close it out. We didn't see Golden Pit and Fortress. Those would have been the picks for map number 8 and 9. We did go to 7.